then move on and improve it in the future. Doing really well, thanks, man. I think we could do better, but that's why I'm excited for this one now. We can actually do much better on this one. Just need to make sure I really don't screw up on that last bit.
Regretted, but I would.
This year, Resin, I'm not sure what are releasing this year. Just, I think Gran Turismo 7 and Hollow Knight 2. But I'm not sure if they're coming out this year, though. You're getting bumped into me. Nice. It's the HP drain rate, 5 HP per second once we get the Mimic Head. Also, Game & Watch, what's up? Give a list of every challenge I've done? No. Too long of a list would never make it. Not important. I'm sorry if you find that important. I don't find it important. Everything that's worth mentioning should be on the YouTube, and maybe even some stuff that's not really worth mentioning, but I thought was personally cool. But yeah, it's all on there. Whatever makes it, whatever doesn't. And I'll probably delete stuff over time, but for now, that's what we got. But yeah, a list would be impossible. You find that odd? If you did a run like me, you'd be gutted if you ever managed to forget you'd managed to pull it off. Oh, this is too many, man. I've done more runs than you've even seen on stream. So, I mean, there's more runs outstanding that I've done than have recorded videos. So it's like several hundreds, man, easily. So at that point, you can't really like count because you'd just be like, it would be more annoying to count than to just have fun and enjoy what you do. I don't do these to put them on a list or for them to be recognized. It's mainly just to enjoy playing the game. Sergeant, what's going on, dude? How are you doing? I'm gonna forget that I did the trilogy run and do it again. Well, okay, I wouldn't forget that, but I mean, like, not every run is on that level, right? A lot of them are small, so they're not worth mentioning or even remembering long term. They'd probably be impossible to remember, like, every single one. Maybe not, though, I don't know. It's definitely not the end of the world. Whatever's there is there. From now on, there will be things added. But yeah, maybe if I had done YouTube earlier, I would have had more stuff for you guys. Probably wouldn't have been that interesting compared to this stuff now, so it doesn't matter anyways. Plan on going to the 5 games in a row. Every single plan I have in general is just not being mentioned, so you will not know it all. Any theories on what the undead merchant's petting? It's the bucket. I think he's like hallucinating or something. He thinks it's somebody he knows or whatever. He has a name for it. I forget what the name is. Been better, but been worse, so it balances out, I guess. Yeah, there's definitely, everyone has like the ups and downs, I think. But that's a good attitude to have, a good outlook for it. The inevitability of the negatives, regardless, is a good thing to accept. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking, man. Trying to see if we can focus enough to finish this properly. Maybe, maybe not. Regardless, tomorrow this gets done. Estus only gets replenished when I use a bone. Or if I die. One of the two. You're enjoying the Convergence mod so far? Look forward to this run on YouTube as well. I think keep up the good work. Thanks, man. Yeah, apologies about the that run being kind of uploaded a little bit weird. I definitely did not want to have it done that way, but like I said, I had so many issues with it that the longer runs are kind of problematic. So whatever happens, happens. At least it's on there, but definitely not uploaded the way I wanted it to. Shouldn't have been standard definition at all when it came to the first 7 hours or whatever. Huge wastes. Intro wasn't cut. But yeah, next time that will not happen. There's also other things, other problems too that I've had to file disputes about, but yeah, apologies about the fact it was even late. It just screwed up on me. It crashed twice. I think like 7 hours into the render, so 6 hours in, more than halfway. 2 different occasions. Finally worked the 3rd time. And then the processing was really long, so at least it's there now. But definitely a very bad way to launch a video. Anyone complete a voice controlled run in DS? Bearsley was the first person to do that. There's been more people since then. I can't remember exactly who though. I believe he got a Guinness World Record for that and some other things. Gino's current DST run. I rated him one time and he was doing it, but I didn't see what it was. Okay, so I think on this one we're just straight up not getting red tier stone. Ever held any world records on Souls games? Yes. So SL1 all boss speedrun. I think pre-DLC 2 and then post-DLC 2 had 2 separate records on that. Actually, wait, no, did I have 3? I might have had 3 records. Maybe not. I don't know. I think it was... Well, it was 2 on SL1 speedrunning and then 1 on no major skip speedrunning. I can't remember if I had a record before the second DLC came out as well. I know I think I was 2nd place for a lot of that, but set my own challenge this run. This is, yeah. Were they taken from me or still the record holder? I'm pretty sure all the records were. Well, the one category was deleted, then the other category, I think I'm 3rd place now, 2nd or 3rd. Maybe even more if more people have done it, but for a while I was 2nd. 1st was like very short. Gino's run, that's what he's doing? No way, that's cool. I actually did one of those before, but I didn't do the L-Boss version though. That's really cool. Surely you have the record for no hit the 3 Souls games consecutively. That's not a record, that's just a challenge. So speedruns are the only things that I count as records. I don't count challenges as competitive. Unless we call it self-competition. They're not regulated, balanced, or formatted in a categorization that's recognized as official by any means, so there's no platform or group of administrators around the clock analyzing these, so we don't have a way to call that a record by definition, in my opinion. Also, there's no way to improve upon a lot of those things either.
Oi.
If we're looking at the textbook rules.
get.
Is there a no-hit speedrun leaderboard? I don't know about that. Never seen one before. I know people have done that run, but I don't think it actually made a category. But you can check and see. You can go to speedrun.com and check. What's my favorite color? Purple. Bored of answering the same question? Never. You guys are pretty intelligent when it comes to the material for that, so. Full combo right here, watch this. Straight up dead before we even get out of here. Just gonna go down to reset these guys. Favorite Souls game? Out of the three of them, it would be Dark Souls 3. Definitely not sketchy at all. So he's 59 more souls, man. That sucks. Oh, here we go. Yay. You were what I needed all along. It's just the hollow, that's it. We could have killed him on the way back. I should have done that. Gotta start getting an idea in the mind of what the budget is for the upgrades on the early game on this. If we're gonna actually do it seriously one day with the deathless and all that.
Oi, where are you off to?
If you die or bone, where do you spawn? It's all in Firelink usually.
Do you believe the Elden Ring rumors?
Soybean, I don't read things that are fake, so. Whoa, he destroyed the columns of the fucking staircase? I've never seen that. That's crazy, dude. What? I didn't think you could break those. So just, I guess it takes a certain type of enemy, or were they always destroyed? I swear to God, they're not. That's crazy, man. What are the rules? Exclamation point run. But yeah, so I mean, honestly, I don't like reading that stuff. I just will wait for the official trailer to release, then judge my, or form my opinion based on the official release of information. I'm not really caring about people making up stories or whatever. I think it's the safest take, to be honest, but I mean, like, fantasize at your own, you know, discretion, I guess. That's the best way I could put it. If you can get excited for it and then be completely fine with it not even being a thing at all, or just being terrible, then you're fine, I don't know many people like that, though. The people that are like that usually don't get excited for stuff. They just take it at face value, right? And then they can get excited in the moment if it's worth it. If it's not, then they never needed to worry. What does SL stand for? Soul level. Also, Coconut's going pretty good. How are you? Do I get annoyed by Elden Ring questions? I don't get annoyed by Elden Ring questions, but I get very concerned for people's mental well-being when they're talking about a subject that's not even a thing. So it's like, dude, how many minutes can you spend talking about something that's not real, that won't actually produce anything that matters at all, until an inevitable time frame where they have to produce the information, and you can just wait till that time frame and not spend a single bit of energy or second thinking about it, and still be super happy and probably even get more done. That's kind of how I think about it. It's just a waste of time to go over that over and over and over when it's not even real yet. I bet you there's been, like, not only just, if we count the hours of everybody's life combined that is, like, obsessed with the Elden Ring, there's probably been years of life lost just thinking about Elden Ring, talking about it, making fake news about it, conspiring, spreading information, making fake soundtracks, making fake imagery, like, and it's cool that people get that excited, but it's like, then think of how many of those people will be disappointed. And then there'll just be complaints, and all I'll see is complaints about it. Oh, this isn't good. It's not what I thought it was going to be. They don't have this. They don't have that. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have thought anything. Maybe you should have just waited. This has already happened many, many times. I've lived through this years and years and years and years. It happens every single time a new game comes out. That is somewhat interesting, or different, I guess, so. This is just an amplified version because there's more people on board with it. Obviously, like, we got George, so it doesn't help too much. Oh yeah, we're supposed to go to Lautrec, my bad. Sorry, I'm losing a little bit of time on this. I guess we could Homeward Bone. We can Homeward Bone, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Cyberpunk in a nutshell, pretty much, yeah. It's like, now that you've seen what happens with Cyberpunk, you gotta realize that you're not entitled to a game even working on release. There's no one entitled to a developer even doing what they're supposed to do. Matter of fact, a project itself is not even real, in my opinion, until we have it in our hands, because it could easily just be removed, even if they are in the final stages of it. So, I mean, therefore, I can't get any enjoyment out of having theories, like theorizing or hypothesizing. It's mainly just a matter of waiting for the information. In fact, actually, I'd say that's a very nice thing. Okay, now we can go back for Havel on the way to Quelaag. I think that would be the smartest time to do it. Keysvander, thanks for the 15 months, man. Reminds you of quarantine, just watching streams all day. There you go. We can already say COVID's a vibe. That's crazy. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but maybe in the future. I wonder if like the meta of
Good luck on
analytics
the run, Squilla.
or traffic will reflect winter in summertime because of COVID. Because there's usually like a summer wintertime flip sort of thing. I wonder if we'll see the reverse of that this year, except we've never had a chance to really check. I guess last year was hard for me to tell because I took a lot of that time off, but really curious. Balsamon, thank you for the 12 months. Welcome back. Thanks for the good luck, man. Is this the non-remastered version? No, this is the remaster. Do people care about George being involved? I don't know. I'm not sure actually. I care because I think that it offers a different dimension to storytelling that they didn't have access to before. And they have entrusted someone that's very reputable for the job. So it's like, I see value there, but I don't think the people that make jokes about it and talk about it might not care still, even though they just do it to meme about his books, right? Or just they're salty about Game of Thrones. So it's hard to say. I have never seen all of Game of Thrones. I have no none of that influences my opinion on the guy at all, and I've never read his books, so I'm in a completely different standpoint. So I kind of do care about him being involved just to see what kind of difference it offers. Whereas someone that's already seen through his work individually might write him off because they didn't like the way the series ended. Or how he's tended to the books or whatever, right? See, like, that's a question that actually makes sense. Imagine asking questions like about the subject that you can actually talk about. That's a way better discussion topic, like, you know, the relevance of George being a part of that. Like, that's such a good question compared to being like, do you think we'll see news on this, like on this arbitrary day that we have no confirmation of, that someone probably made up on Reddit like 14 times because we've already experienced that every single week for the last year? Like, literally the reality, but we still keep falling. Like, people just fall for it every time, or they just, new people fall for it, so it's constant flow. It's optimism hopefully is concluded with the reality of you know, the downside as well, right? So I mean, if you're optimistic but you don't get what you want, hopefully you can take the downside. Like I said, the amount of people that we have mentioned, like, oh, this I'm so hyped about this, that, then it finally comes out and it's like, well, actually I don't like this, and this isn't as good as I thought it was. This is or it's just straight up, this is trash, it's terrible and everything. It's like a write-off immediately, because you have to think everything's exaggerated 100 times more when it comes to games, if it's good or bad. Well, actually, usually if it's bad. If it's good, it's like still not necessarily good enough for some people. We'll say only the bad things are exaggerated 100 times more. So and then the anticipation is where a lot of the good things get discussed, or like the good potential, or the, you know, the enthusiasm comes from it. And it's like, well, you're more hyped about the game before it came out than actually playing it, so why don't we tone it down? I don't know. So if that's the type of person, then I think that they could benefit from not having that. Now some people are fine, they don't have that problem. Took a look at Elden Ring subreddit and it's such a cesspool. I don't know, man. It's like, it depends. Do you want to spend your time talking about that or not? It's really up to you. It could be doing a lot of good for the game in terms of advertising, keeping the name out there. So I mean, there could be upsides. It just depends on your own frustration with it, right? If you're completely content the entire time and you're enjoying the discussion, and then like it comes out and lets you down and you're fine, then that's fine. I guarantee you, majority of people that are in this grouping will not feel that way though. Just because I mean, I see the outcomes all the time. To the point where I don't even want to see them anymore, because it's just like the same thing. It's like, I told you so. I think we also have to remember how difficult it is to be a developer too. It's like impossible to meet the standards of everybody, right? So I would say that number is increasing more and more now, where now you can't even meet the standards of like majority in some cases. So maybe our standards would be more realistic if we didn't have all these fantasies or these demands or groups to discuss this stuff, or at least ways of running the groups, maybe. Elden Ring subreddits repost all the same stuff. Well, I guess it explains itself then. There you go. Alright, I feel like we're going on a pirate adventure with Quaylag. I don't know why. Something about this music. Or maybe it could turn into a different type of it. It could be a pirate adventure, or it could be like a fantasy adventure. One of the two. Oh, it definitely turned into a fantasy adventure. It wasn't pirates, damn. I thought it was gonna get into like a nice switch up in the music. I don't know. Pirates are fantasy. They are, but like, to me they're real though. So don't crunch my dreams, man. Don't squash the dreams of pirates being real, because I've seen them. They're in fantasy and they're in real life. You can't tell me dragons are real. I've never seen a dragon. I've seen a pirate. It may have been Halloween, but it counts though, I swear. I saw a couple of them actually. They were a little bit short though. Maybe they're just from a different place. I don't know. You've seen pirates too, I'm glad. Not just you. I mean, people told me it was like Halloween, trick-or-treating. There were parents, but like I don't think they were the pirates' parents. I think they were just people that were amazed like me that there were pirates outside, so don't crush my dreams, man. Quayleg's trying to do the out of bounds skip. From soft not releasing information doesn't allow journalists to make the object of their activism. That's very true. I think it just gives them more time to finish the product also, and then not have to show you something that's unfinished, right? Higher chance it'll be done when it's actually out there. And no chance of people being stale when it comes to like gameplay trailers being released too early, because there's probably going to be a very close follow-up with the release to the trailers. So instead of having the reverse of like early announcement, early trailer, big gap, you know, just general announcement, big gap, content for the game, then game release really close together. That makes way more sense. It's a good move. Yeah, there's like never really a issue with that. I would do the same thing if I made games and it fit that kind of criteria for like the type of game and studio. Woman Bird, it's going pretty good. How are you? Trying to finish up the stream with a completed run of this silly adventure that we're trying to finish. I don't know. Don't know what to call it. Basically, don't forget to not hit the bonfire. Or just forget to hit the bonfire and get lucky the whole time. I don't know. Whatever way you want to look at it. Popular, I'm not really into Ratchet and Clank, man. I might check it out though if someone streams it. I might watch a little bit, just out of curiosity. But yeah, definitely let me know how it is though. I'm curious of how it would stack up to the original one. Sergeant, thanks for the brand new sub. I hope you enjoy your emotes, man. So from here, I think we are just going to Golem. Pretty sure. Love how peaceful my chat is. Oh man, you made it at an interesting time. I mean, we're fairly chill. It just depends. I can't say it's always peaceful, but it usually is. How's the challenge work? Exclamation point run in chat. It should explain it to you. Sergeant, dude, no worries, man. Apologies, this couldn't be done sooner. I should have, again, been more alert on it. But today might not be the day, we'll see. Would be convenient if it is. Hardest part of the run for me? Probably the bonfires. Actually, I want that. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. Can't really spend all the souls anyways. I think I'll skip that one. Come back for it if I need it. It's pretty close. I think what I'm going to try to do is actually skip the cage key. Do like the full streak all the way through. Dying during Manus and having to run all the way back. Yeah, that'd be pretty rough. I would probably first try Manus I would have to. I mean, like, there's a lot of things that can happen where I get killed in one hit, so I mean, maybe that's not possible, but I would try my best to do it first try. It's been a while though, so we'll have to see. It'll be probably the first time we go back to the DLC on this will be this run, so that will be very interesting. Where'd you respawn for Manus? My guess would be in the beginning of where Sanctuary Guardian is. Like, where you poured into the DLC. So, I don't know, solid 10 plus 15 minutes away or something like that. Unless we had all the shortcuts activated, then it would be less. Poppy Seed, congratulations. That's awesome, man. I hope you continue to feel good. That's awesome. You might have got lucky. You were fine, Bobby, or did your arm hurt at all? Or, like, were you able to use your arm that you got the shot on for, like, the remaining period of the day and the next day? Ooh. Sketchy. That really is not good. We didn't get our Estus upgraded, so we're gonna have to do it in Anor Londo once we get there. Jason, how are you doing, man? It did hurt and was sore, no sickness though? Okay, that's good. Nice.
Go along, try and...
I'm doing pretty good, Bubba. How are you, man? What weapon am I using? The Halberd +5. Alright, we really need to get that Estus +1 and get this Crystal Halberd really fast as well. It's going to be huge. And then if I can at least get that door open, like if I get to ONS and have enough time to get the big door open, we'll be fine for the run back if we need to. I might Homeward Bone before we even get there and then do it again anyways. We'll have to see. Popular, thanks, man. People asked before, are Homeward Bones allowed? You have to Homeward Bone. You don't have a choice. There's no way to do this run if you don't. Unless you Dark Sign, which is the same thing, right? Yes, remember to forget to touch the bonfire. Correct. Alright, release the mimic. Come on, let's go. Nice. I know the mimic wants to chase me more. Come on. Yeah, I knew it. It missed me. There we go. That's better. Come on, dude. Alright, let's see if we can rip through this entire place really quick now. Probably gonna have to use humanity. At least if we get to ONS. Like, I will use it on that fight if we need to, but most likely. Do I play Warzone Woman Bird? Not actively. I have played it before, though. I've given it a try. I think twice. I think I've played it 2 times. I'm assuming that you play it? Or you're looking into it, maybe? Been playing for a while, trying to get better at it. Nice. Have you seen Hob play it before? Actually, I don't know. I have no idea if he's good or bad. I'm assuming he has to be good because he had a crazy bet that required him to win a lot of matches. But it looked like he was pretty good when I checked him out playing it. I think it was like a couple weeks ago or whatever, before he had finished the bet. But yeah, it looked like he was doing pretty good. He's medium good? Okay, yeah, I figured that for someone that's like super into it, you still have to be better than that to be like good, but it's usually how it works though. Those kinds of games. I want the regular parry. Just so I can do this. Goodbye. I'll take your damage, I don't care. Reaver, thanks for the Prime sub. I hope you enjoy your emotes, man. Welcome. So yeah, I mean, like, we have time for the gate, but at the same time, we kind of... I don't know. I think we'll use the humanity and then just go for no gate. Bonfires or lava? Yes. Do I want to play Warzone? I might try it at some point if it's still doing good on the site and stuff like that. If I have some extra time to do it. It's either that or DBD for getting into multiplayer stuff. DBD seems better long term. And has a lower skill floor, lower skill ceiling as well, I believe. Plus, I've already played it and I like it more than Warzone, but I don't know if I'd still feel the same about it. I have to see.
Good times.
Joby, thank you so much for the 2 months. Welcome back, dude. How are you? Oh, I just barely got that. Nice. I want to see if we can get out of here quickly enough. I'm not sure if we can. Don't have hot fire bombs on the thing. Let's see. Because I don't want to waste another humanity. We don't need to.
Thou hast.
Come on, cutscene. What are you doing? All right, just barely did that. Wow, it's crazy. Like now we're going to Civ. Am I doing all bosses on this run? This will just be any percent. Next time, all bosses for sure. We'll figure it out. I honestly just thought 2 songs were playing at once. Did anybody else get that vibe from this song? How am I leveling up though? There is no leveling. Humanity Steal with Dark Hand work on normal NPCs. That's you can actually get humanity from them. That's pretty cool. Don't know if I've tried. I tried on enemies before, not NPCs though.
Don't get.
That hammer cures your sad with each strike. The hammer sound. Andre is like a lullaby to your ears. Plagued Apple, thanks man, I appreciate it. Also, I didn't say hi to you, Bleakso. What's up, man? I think I might have, but just double checking in case. How have you been? Also, EJ, I think that's how you say that. I'm not sure. What's going on, man? Or ELJ? Eljo? Eljota?
Yet.
Jacobo, thanks for the 39 months, man. Yep. That's it, just yep. Simple. I might take a break in this run, I'm not sure though. I probably should. So we think we have like at least another, I would say 40 minutes left in it. It's hard to say though. Man, 4 Kings is gonna be weird. What's going on, Seasonal? How are you doing? It's quite a compliment. I appreciate it. What bosses do you think I could beat in real life? Probably Pinwheel. I'd say that's about it. Maybe Asylum Demon. I feel like I could probably take Asylum Demon. I mean, honestly, if you could kill them the same way in the game, then probably almost everything. But depend on how accurate my parries are and stuff. I don't know. Or like what rules apply to the situation we're talking about. That's unfortunate, damn. Dang it. man, oh man. That damage indeed. Pay for views, it's easy. Guaranteed, man. But yeah, I think what we'll do is when we get back to Sif, I'm going to take a break right before we do it. I'm extremely thirsty. So I cannot continue this without water, so get some more once we get over there. I think I'll do a quit out for that just so we don't have to worry about the whole helmet situation. Where'd you get the Mimic helmet from? From a Mimic. Throw 7 Lord's Talismans. Couldn't be Deacons? I thought it had to be from this game. So it could be from any Souls game. Deacons would be pretty tricky. Axe, yep. It's already done. Anything you saw us doing before is already done. Except for that Ascension mod run, I'm not continuing that. Didn't like the mod? Not really. I mean, it's cool. It's just like, it's... I don't know. It's not really like a long-term playthrough kind of thing. I don't know. Plus, it wasn't really working properly when I was playing it. We kept getting promised that there was going to be updates, and nothing changed. So can't really wait for a game to or a mod to work properly if we're not doing it properly. So gotta move on. But you know, I mean, kudos to the creator. I think he did a great job. Just not for me though. Definitely not something that would be for most people. It says that, I think. I'm pretty sure there's a disclaimer about that. But I'd like to see what it turns out to be in the future for sure. Maybe I'll go back to it. I'll have to see. Thought you had to kill all mimics. Normally that's what you do have to do, but if you throw the talismans, you can avoid that. Alright, so we're gonna do a quit out right here just to save the health. And pause the timer. I'll be right back in a few minutes. Thank you for hanging out again. Guys, I really appreciate it. It's been like 6 hours already. Wow, it's crazy. Doesn't even feel like it. Here's the Twitter if you want to know when I go live. The YouTube if you want to see this run and some other ones. Or any other videos. And here's the Instagram if you want to keep up with that as well. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're back. Thanks for being patient, everybody. Let's see if we can finish this one. Maybe, maybe. It's pretty quick, actually, this time. I wonder if we'll do it in under 2 hours. It'd be interesting. That was a good finish. Also, I'm sorry the music's still pretty loud. I gotta fix that. It's a little bit better. There we go. Okay. Okay, the game just tabbed itself out. What the hell's happening here? Can things work, please? No? Apparently chat's moving. Okay. There we go. Alright, we gotta be quick. What way do we go? Sense Fortress. That was a banger. That song was really good, yeah. There's a lot of great music on this. So many people have been ringing the bell since we've been playing this. Congratulations, wow. People knowing how to play the game. Deep, we can't hit the bonfires. Pretty easy. Although, not for me, so welcome. Oh wait, we gotta go up. No Zeophobia, what's up, man? I like the name change. Yeah, there's two different bells you can ring. I'm not sure if the second one also has the same kind of effect. I think it might, like where you can hear it. Is Neo same as Sekiro gameplay? No. Can't really compare it to anything. Maybe a little bit of Souls, kind of, like loosely. Probably more similar to Souls though, overall. It's Bell in DS3. Yeah, there's one in Archdragon Peak. I'm not sure if people can hear it in their game when you ring it though. It's like a bonus thing. It's to progress the area. What's going on, Nip? How's this run possible? We're trying to see. Okay, we got the ring, nice. Arya, what's up? Yo, Frampt has some pretty good snoring sounds. I didn't even realize that. Nice. That was super high quality there. Wow. Kakums, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? What were you playing today? What were you guys doing? Let's run reset on death. No, it's you just can't hit bonfires.
You sorry fool.
Finish Blasphemous.
You
Nice.
could
Well,
not
how was
be
it?
the chosen.
100% it. Nice. Nice. What's going on, Big? How are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for making time to catch the stream. That was a little scary, just like the tiniest bit scary. Damn. Yeah, enjoy your food, Kagums. Thank you for hanging out again for a little bit and deciding to raid me. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your food. Yeah, what the hell? Can't lock on. Bender of Girders, thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Have I tried Demon Bell +1 hit in Sekiro? I have not, no. Maybe one day. I'm excited for Elden Ring tomorrow. Don't know anything about that. What's happening tomorrow? Pimmy ever forced me to restart a run? Oh yeah, for sure. I think I've failed to almost everything you could fail on a run where you reset. If there's any challenge I can't do? I mean, there's a lot of things you can think of that are theoretically impossible, yeah. That wouldn't really be a challenge in my opinion, because that means you can't do it, so it's not a thing. But yeah, you can think of ideas that aren't possible. Just like anything. Okay, so here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because we can't actually come back from the bottom once we have the Skull Lantern. We have to do this twice, this whole run through twice, just to be able to get the Skull Lantern to trade, which is, I guess, the equivalent of having to go back anyways, so we have to Homeward Bone from here all the way back, and then do that run again. Summer Games Fest. They have confirmed that they're gonna have Elden Ring on the list. Trusted Insider said it. It'll show up tomorrow. Interesting. All right. Okay, so we have to go to Asylum now. Do you refill Estus by picking them up from enemies? No. They don't refill. Unless you die or you Homeward Bone. I improvise. I believe that's in Dark Souls 3. I think you get an Estus when people kindle bonfires. Humanities you can get from enemies randomly. Yeah, no worries, man. I was actually confused about it earlier, too. Couldn't remember exactly how it worked. I thought it was just like players ringing the bell, so. Tons of sources confirming Elden Ring news tomorrow, including more than just the trailer. Interesting. I guess we'll see. Okay, now I have to go through all the catacombs. But at least we got the ring, that's good. We got both the rings. I have to break the FAP ring to do Nito though, so I don't think we can use it really. So doing all that might have not made any sense. Like it might have made a little bit of sense, but not a lot. Because we don't really want to break the FAP ring unless we can get another one, which would require dropping an item that's from the Painted World, I think, or some crazy, I think it's like the Egg Vermifuge or something like that. Bad to do Nito with stone armor, like an 90% glitchless. Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. We could do something like that. So you could spam heals. About to have a disaster right here. Command for the rules? Exclamation point run. Or just the title itself. Cessnick, there's nothing else I can spend it on. I'm not sure what else you'd expect me to be using it for. Unless you forgot leveling was bonfire related. I don't know. Count the Lord Vessel is not a bonfire. Could try it like that. I think that's a little bit cheesy though, so we're not doing it that way. A little bit too cheesy for me. At least for how I wanted this idea to come out, so. Gonna have to go here now with this ring. And none of this stuff. Nice. Saint, that's pretty much how it works, yeah. I think unless I do Seath the normal way, then I would respawn at the archives. Is there any reason to do Seath the normal way? On this run, particularly like this attempt we're doing, not really. I don't know. Kind of sucks we can't get the Sanctus on this, but I don't think we need it though. I feel like the only fight it would really help on would be Nito. Ironically, so let's try to just get through that without it. So I'm not sure if you can get a regular chunk from that at all. Probably not.
Not that much, but I really enjoy your quality stream. Keep it going. So chill.
The way he said that was hilarious. It was very convincing. So chill. Thanks for the tip, and Human God. I appreciate that, man. It's very nice of you. Alright, so this is going to be like a humanity healing fight, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Gonna want like the beefiest setup we have to do this. And even then, I don't know. We'll have to see. Quit out. Why quitting? Because I'm allowed to. It's fancy. It's a fancy run. We're allowed to do that. Just saves us some time anyways as well. Nice. Nice. I think for Nito, we're going to have to either do him last or break the Fap ring. Doesn't make sense any other way to me. Especially with, like, if we're going for good strats on this run, like, long term, we can't afford to do it that way, so. Stone armor is also still a little bit rough because our damage isn't really good enough, so. Definitely going to have to break Fap rings. That means a little bit sketchy going forward, but whatever. I know we'll have a little bit of a better equip load because of Havels anyways, but we'll have to break it though. Just wanted to see how bad it would be first, but that's just not really flexible enough. Point of getting Fog Ring and Slumbering Dragon Crest Ring, I'll show you right now. That's my goal to play through. Yeah, we're trying to finish it up. No idea how you're gonna beat Pinwheel. Me either. Oh man, he's gone. What the hell? Wow, the game knew. This gave me no Pinwheel. Easy. What's going on, Shonen? How are you doing? Yamar, I have no idea at this point. You can count if you want to, feel free, but any number more than any number over 0 is the same thing to me. It doesn't really matter. Unless the time that you accumulate from dying wastes like an extra half an hour or two, then obviously, then yeah, that'd be bad. But if we're not wasting like too much time, then it doesn't really matter. Unless our goal is to not die. Wait, what was that? Oh yeah, sometimes that can happen. I forgot about that. It's super rare, but we had the setup for it. Had the early situation that lets that happen, so it's kind of annoying. Forgot about it. Don't really have a lot of fire bombs left, so you gotta be very careful. Can't really use those on Pinwheel anymore. Water break? I got water, so. One it's probably the best it's ever been, to be honest. Can't really complain. What about you? I just don't really talk about it because I know a lot of people where it's the exact opposite. I'm just using the time to improve my life, so obviously one step at a time, but it's been more of like a opportunity for me than a downside, having things shut down and all that. Or I guess just the general vibe, the lesson to take away. I mean, it shouldn't even be a thing that has to change. It should always be good. There's no reason it shouldn't be, but I think humans are pretty weak, though, unfortunately. I think we're in a time, or we're in a time that's weak. We're in a weak time in the world, unfortunately. And it may only continue to get worse from here. That's what I see, so I'm trying to get ahead of that. That was an amazing combo there. Wow. I've never seen that before. That actually looked kind of funny. Happy to hear that others are doing okay. Makes you feel not so bad. Yeah, but it's not your responsibility to make other people happy, though. So everybody's responsibility is to be happy themselves. So I know, I mean, it's cool that you'd feel bad, but that's also, there's a certain extent to that that's unhealthy too, right? So can't really feel responsible. But I do appreciate you checking, though. That's nice. I hope that you guys are doing the best you can, and if there's anything I can do to help that I can offer in terms of insight, I will try my best. Get bothered by losing souls? We can't spend them on anything in this. There's nothing left in the game that we can buy other than resins, which are 5,000 for 3, I think. So I have the poppable souls, do that already. So I think it's safe to say that anything that could be purchased, we can afford with the souls we already have that are in item form, and then we'll get more regardless by the end anyways if there's anything else. I think the only late game stuff that could be important is buying humanities from patches on top of the ones we get from killing them, but it might not be necessary. And then there's also another way around that too, where we don't even have to do that. But as an option though, it's kind of nice to have them, but we have quite a few still. They're just not on the bar. or in the counter thing. So on this one, actually, they're really not important. Past a certain point, at least. Like, maybe before the crest, I would say they're important. Because if you do die a lot, you'd want to save the 20k at least. I thought they could land inside the arena for a second. That's kind of spooky. Have enough homeward bones for the whole game? Yep. Can't you level up with the Lord Vessel? I'm not going to do that. I don't think there's a point if we've already played the game without leveling. Since the only time we would do the Lord Vessel is right before Gwyn, so... It's pretty much the end. Like, why not just do Gwyn, no leveling, and then just do the whole thing like that, right? It'd be kind of a waste then. At least in my books, I mean, I don't see a point of doing that. If it was like way earlier in the game, maybe, but it's also not required either, so like, if there's no push for it, then I don't really feel the need to. Man, we're getting wrecked on catacombs, man. Hardcore. Jeez. I was lucky that I was even able to get back in there without the firebombs last time. Would have been a guaranteed NATO too. We were going to do it the right way, so just have to make it back, and then we got it. And then I think that everything else is pretty straightforward in terms of... I think Ingward might be hard to hit with firebombs. Oh, we need more of them too, because we don't have enough left, so... Might have to just YOLO the ladder. I think I could probably do that, though. I think we made a weird kind of... I think I made a method for that randomly in the middle of another run, so... Should have a way to do it pretty safely. Do I run Demon Souls Remastered? I played it once. Is it different to the original game? There is some differences from the original game, yeah. Very small stuff, but nothing that really affects runs too much, as far as I know. But I haven't played runs on it, so I'll let you know if I change my opinion on that. Damn, I would have had the fraction if we hadn't gotten the delay there. Chabko, what's up? How's it going, dude? Also, Angel, what's up? The skull wasn't even the problem. That was just gravity. It's because I didn't get a roll recovery. For the gunlet, are you going to play instead of the PS3 version? I have no idea what you're asking me. You're gonna have to restate that again. Whoa. Hey now. That's not nice. Highest level in a Souls game? Just max, whatever the maximum is. Can't remember the numbers, they're different for each game. Maximum for some of them, not all of them though. Oh man, Got the quick fall there too. We're getting really unlucky on this. Damn. Roll recover, very small chance. Slipping what without taking off, very small chance. What else can happen? This must be like the cursed part of the run where it's like you did too good on the beginning. You have to suffer these really inconvenient, unlikely things now. What do you consider to be the hardest? I don't have a hardest. No answer. Goes for any single subject related to the games. I cannot tell you a ranking for anything. It's whatever you want it to be. It's all subjective. Maybe you could make a tier list of enemies or something like that, but within the same game, not with comparing different types of things. Favorite runs? Trilogy was my favorite for the damage list. Probably not for long, but for now. None. Ultra, I like all of them. I think that would imply you don't like the game. If I wanted to not play something, I wouldn't play it. How are you alive? Bone meal, what? That was really weird. Ordered a PS4, got tired of PS5 gouging. First game will be Final Fantasy 15. Nice, dude. Are you excited for that? That game looked like it was pretty cool. I played the demo. I'm not a fan of the way they do Final Fantasy typically at all, but it was a little bit of a difference to it, so it was cool to see them change it. Sorcery, Pyromancy, Miracle, consecutive no-hit across trilogy. If you want to do that, go for it. I don't have any plans to. I think someone's doing that right now. Dino's doing it, right? So you could watch him do those. Pyro Trilogy, there you go. There is your run. Packaged and delivered. Pyro Miracle Sorcery? Pyro Miracle Sorcery, what does that mean? Within the trilogy, Pyro Miracle Sorcery. Oh, you mean like doing all three? That would be too much effort, man. That's kind of boring in my opinion. Pick which game gets which. That's too disorganized for me as well. I would have anxiety about that. Even if I did like the idea, I'd have to do it consistently. It'd have to be all three on all of them, or one of the same on each. Or three separate runs for each school per game consecutively across the board. But that's just me though. I'm picky about that. That's why I just generally say suggestions are they're appreciated, but they're not needed really, because I usually have a lot of ideas on my own. So I will say a suggestion did expedite the process of this. This was something I was already going to do anyways. It's not like I got the idea from someone else, but someone mentioned it and it did actually bring up the whole, combining these two ideas to stream it sooner. So I will say, if there is an idea I've already thought of and you mention it, I might just do it sooner. But there's so many things I have in my mind that it's impossible to say that we're even going to get those done. So let alone new ideas that have nothing to do with that. And it's no offense to anybody. It's just the way that we do things. I just think of a lot of stuff and never can get all of it done. So You just have to hope it's appealing still by the time we get to the stuff. If it's been backlogged a lot. Oh man, Nito medium roll. This is interesting. With super low damage. Oh, I didn't have the right crystal. I didn't have the crystal halberd. What was I doing? Okay, pinwheel, I'm pretty sure I had it on, but then I took it off for something else. That's a little better. Still kind of low, but that's way better though. Versus regular halberd. Did it break already? No, it hasn't broken yet. I don't know if it'll break in this playthrough. Because we still have upgrades for it. We haven't used them yet. Gonna use them for 4 kings. And then it should last the rest of the game. Nito screams like a girl. That's funny. I've never heard that before. It's a good one. Yeah, we have all these souls we can use for whatever we want, so it doesn't really matter. Nice. So now we have no fappering, which kind of sucks, but it was required for that. I don't see a way of doing that without it, with the damage we have and everything. It was kind of iffy. I don't know. Maybe we could have. I might have been using the regular halberd for the skeletons before too. I don't think so, but it's possible. Either way, quite a situation. So we're gonna go over to Domhnall and get the stuff for 4 kings. Then I gotta level up the halberd right now, or like right before we go in there. Maybe we'll do it first because we probably won't be able to make it with the Estus, so we'll have to do 2 trips. Nito hitless is easy. He's one of the easiest parts of the game.
Thank you.
Also, correction, I think the 3 resins was 9,000, not 5. I thought they were like 1,500 or so. So close to 5, but not really though. It's almost 5 a.m., so you're gonna head to bed. All right, have a good sleep, Woman Bird. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Do I use pyromancy on this? You can't. Can't use bonfires. Only way to use pyromancy is bonfires. Liv, what's up? How's it going? Ooh, wait, before we even go anywhere, let's get patches. Let's get the humanities. In case we can do the skip for a bit, or the shortcut. I think we might still be able to. 12, that's 4, 16, Firekeeper Soul would be 21 plus whatever he has for sale plus 4. It's 25. We need to get 5 from him. Get 2 of the or 1 of these. I think we'll still be short. Oh, maybe not though. 3 plus the yeah, that might be exactly the amount.
Right.
I think that's literally just enough. And then we'll get more from 4 Kings and Seath anyways, so it doesn't matter. And then we'll come back for those after. Actually, you know what? We're not going to be in this area again. I might as well quit out and then do a homeward bone or something like that. Average, thank you for gift or for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. And Waveman, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your emotes and everything. With your brand new subscription. Man, I literally cannot English today. It's so bad. It's funny. It's like I can think of, like, my brain's thinking of everything properly, but the stuff coming out doesn't work in tandem with the stuff in the head. It's not correlating too well. Finally catching me live. Thank you for making time for the stream. It's attempt number 3 or 4. I think it's number 4 or so. Something like that. I honestly don't know. I don't really care, that's the thing. I just want to get it done today or tomorrow. So the number of attempts doesn't change that, really. It's just a total amount of hours. I speak another language? No. Not at the moment. Maybe one day. I definitely would if I lived somewhere where there was another language spoken regularly, and it was very important to know it, but not really the case where I am right now, so. What time will I be live tomorrow? I have no idea. I don't really have a set time. It depends on how everything goes in my day before that, so we will see. It'll probably be roughly the same time as today, maybe a little bit, I'll want to say a little earlier, but I'm not 100% sure though. At the very least, probably around the same time as today. Give or take an hour, it's like more or less, so. Wait a second, I screwed this up. I'm supposed to use one of these. I think we're still fine. I just gotta be really quick when I get in here. There we go. Well, if you want to know, like exactly when I post that I'm going live, the Twitter has all that stuff on it. So I would follow the Twitter if you have one, if you just want to keep up with the, like those times and everything. But otherwise, roughly the same time. It's always the same time slot overall, like always the afternoon to the evening, or like maybe early evening and then like a really short one, but usually afternoon to evening. PetX, thank you for the Prime sub. Hope you enjoy your emotes, man. I appreciate it, by the way. I don't know how this is gonna work. We're gonna try to see if we can run in here with a shit ton of poise. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but run in there with like some beefy armor. Heal right here, maybe. Try to get out of there. Whoa. Now, not sure how much of a difference this will make, but we'll see. All right, it worked. Nice. I do like it. Me likes. Eduardo's a common name in Brazil. That's a great name, dude. Anyone named Eduardo, if you don't like being named Eduardo, check yourself.
Oh, you are no different from...
That's a good name. As it rolls off the tongue. It's like nice to say too. It's just a great name. Bariri, sorry, Berry Ripper. Is that how you say that? Thank you very much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Welcome. This is really scary, and I don't know how it's going to actually be possible. I just don't. Okay, it is nice. I guess I moved the one ghost on the far side over there that's usually in the wall. Alright, so this whole entire section, ironically, is the reverse of what I thought it would be with the catacombs. I thought the catacombs would be nice like this, and then the other stuff would be bad. So this is perfect now. We just have to win. That's it. And we can use Red Tear Stone again because we actually have the stats. Except for that, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Drain the water before, joke's on you. Eduardo's an epic name? It is, man. So I think because we have to go to Sense Fortress to get to Seath, we'll upgrade the halberd when we go through there. Because I don't actually think I'll need it for this. I think we can still do it with just the resin. And then we have Homeward Bones if we need to. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter anyways. Don't have to get out of there. Just block it, block all the magic. Would Eduardo shorten to Eddie or Wardo? I think it would just be Ed or Eddie. Am I using Symbol of Avarice to help your time? No, that's part of the challenge, is like constantly health drain and then no bonfire. Thought it was a fast recall. Well, it basically boosts the item discovery and decreases your health. And then also boosts your soul intake, so you get a little bit more souls. That is one advantage we've gotten from this. It is pretty cool. Timing an objective to take as long as your health bar takes to deplete. Well, yeah, so we were trying to say, like, roughly with the amount of health I have starting off in the game, and then no upgrades on the Estus, I have about 8 minutes, or I think it was 5 originally or something like that. If we were only counting 5 Estus, maybe. And then 10 minutes if we have 10 Estus, or 8 minutes or something like that. I don't know, it was basically trying to calculate exactly how many minutes I have to live from default without any mistakes. That's what we were going over.
Haven't been on Twitch in a while, realized I had bits and love your Yit content, so here you go, I'm not using them.
Pedex, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Also, am I saying your name right, or is it just Peed? I've been wondering that. Oh, look how beautiful this is right here. Look at this. Ha! Doesn't even faze me. Okay, that might phase me though. That definitely might be a bad thing. Damage is kind of weak on this, but it's not like terrible though. It's probably going to be like a little bit of overlapping. And then anything's a one-shot on, in my opinion, if I'm at a distance. So I will have to be careful. On this. Oh man, the hilt still tracked. That's crazy, dude. The hilt still tracked on that. I don't know how that worked, but okay. Don't know if that was because of invisible wall or whatever. I was in a pretty good spot visually, but damn. All right, let's get the upgrade now then. Frozen, thanks, man. I like it too. The tongue doesn't have physics, though. I wish it did. Would have been a cool update. Any advice for a zero death run on DS1? Exclamation point guide, and then go to the first link. That'll be a really good guideline to follow if you're having any trouble with the run that or the way you're trying to do the run right now. Maybe that'll help. A lot of people got deathless on this game using that I know. So. And the other ones work pretty well for deathless apparently too. Oh, we got 2 upgrades for this. That's really good. Nice. Statements taken out of context, yeah. Man, imagine being a streamer. I mean, like, it's already, I know it happens to some people of all, like, on all levels of streaming, but it's like, imagine when it's like I guess like the point when you've made it where people literally like full time around the clock just clip you out of context to try to take you down or something like that. That's like you actually have like an ongoing committee. That's the dream, dude. That'd be funny. Then the tongue thing means nothing in the grand scheme of things. Many attempts to take Orphan first playthrough of Bloodborne DLC? I have no idea. There's many hours. Probably dozens. You're expecting get good. I actually give good advice. I don't play around when I have the answer for this stuff. Or I guess you can tell me. Maybe it's not going to help everybody. Everybody that has given me feedback, it has helped do exactly what they needed to do. So I can't. It's 100% success rate feedback wise, but you tell me if it helps you. I think it will. If you haven't already used it and then not found help from it, I think it will. Can use a donation to tell a joke as long as it's not against the terms of service being bigotry, sexist, racist, or prejudice to any kind of particular group of people or any kind of thing that is not included in the policy of the website. So basically most jokes that are actually funny. That's the gist of that. What if it's hinted? Still, honestly, man, if you have to even ask, then it's not allowed. That's my rule. If you have to think about it more and ask another question when I tell you those major guidelines, then it's probably in those major guidelines that are not allowed. Because I've had this situation happen hundreds of times already, so And usually the person is still being one of those things. But they find it funny and no one else does. Or everyone finds it funny, but we still can't tell it because I can get in trouble, so... It's more just for my sake of my job. If I wasn't in a contract or agreement, then I wouldn't care. That was really cool. I've never done that before, actually. Running attack with an escape on a grab. It's super dangerous there. So yeah, we're just gonna have to get lucky on this one. In the slightest. If we get bad RNG, basically. Which we did already. Still looking alright. That one's attacking on the spot. That's super weird. Not sure why. Missing any single attack on this is so painful. My heal window right there. That's the safest. Dude, these whiffs. How about we don't? Oh, I thought that was it anyway as well. This is really bad. So this run's ripped. Like, this fight probably will not work regardless of what I do, but we'll try. I think I screwed up too much, wasted too much time. So I'm not gonna expect a win on that. Way too sloppy. This guy's gonna troll, so I have to heal. And no counter on this. No requirements for the magic stuff, so that doesn't really matter. Okay. And then we have purple coming from there too, which means we're gonna have to heal and then turn around really quick. Dodge that as well. Absorb. Grabs. Switch targets, I guess. This is kind of annoying. Like, we could still win. It's just, it's unlikely though. How many people are aggro right now? It's kind of terrible, actually. I should have just spammed him down there. That would have been pretty smart, actually. Oh, okay, whatever. What is this RNG, man? I was gonna say he goes into magic after that, too. Who's approaching now? Let's see. Oh, shit, okay, we got one over here.
I understand. I'll just put it in chat and you can ban me if you need.
There we go. Thank God, dude. Got lucky on it. So yeah, that fight needs a little bit more preparation before we need the really good start with the +2 on the halberd, and then we need the lightning resin. And I think we can do it next time pretty nicely without dying. It's just mainly like, you gotta be ready for it. Probably green blossoms as well. PetX, thanks, man. I appreciate that. 3 to 8 kings. All right, now we're going to Inner Orlando, so I have to go back by Sens, or through Sens to get there. And this will probably be the biggest stretch, meaning we have to be careful. And I have to do Duke Skip on this, so that's going to be a little bit tricky too. I wonder if we'll be able to do Seath quick enough. I don't know. The only way I actually think we can is with Humanities. That's it. But the lucky thing is, though, we can use all of our Humanities as long as we get the Bloodstain back. We're fine. So if we're in the fight, we should be using Humanities. That's basically the only way we can do it at this point. Unless I get really good speed through everything else, I don't think I could do it that fast, though. Should your Estus refill after a bonfire, just after a homeward? After homeward bones or death? Can use keyboard for this game. You can. I wouldn't recommend it if you don't need to, but if you only play that way, then yeah, it would probably be a better idea. How many bosses are left? I think we have 3 total. After killing Gwen, I link the fire. Just adding more damage from the flames and the helmet to the character. The torture man. I think we deserve the walk out of the kiln if we beat this round. Definitely deserve that. Does mean you can't level it? Yeah, so as a byproduct of not hitting bonfires, you're not able to level. But if I wanted to, if I use the Lord Vessel, I could technically just say like, oh, I'm offering souls and then level as well. I'm not going to do that though. That's a little bit sus in my opinion. So it's like I'd rather just have the whole run be like that immediately if we're going to do it that way. And I think it takes away the whole like spirit of the actual run itself. It's the whole point is the balance of low stamina, low health bar, 5 ticks or 5 points a second, you know, and then how are you gonna make it work with 10 Estus? That's like a perfect layout right there. But we're gonna kick it up. Obviously, this is just like the beginner's version. This is like the entry level. Figure out how to do it, and then we'll make it a little bit weirder. Can even do NG plus Calamity with this as well. Not unlock the cage shortcut. I didn't. And the funniest thing is, if I did, it would have helped us right there. So next time we do this, we will get it the first time, even if we don't use it for ONS, because we can still do ONS with like 2 humanities and it'll be fine. But I have to kind of see that stuff first to know if it's worth it or not. So I didn't think it'd be worth it. And then I remembered, oh yeah, we have to go through there to get to archives, right? Ali, what's up? How's it going? Killed Guinevere, so it'd be easier to get through here. And then we also have the option of fighting the Firekeeper. You had a chicken patty for dinner. You still remember that meme? Oh my god, that's crazy. That was so long ago. That was like literally 5 years ago. Wow. I don't think I've had one of those for like quite some time. That was that's funny though. Okay, these things are gonna be like a really, really challenging process to kill, so I'm probably gonna just leave them. Okay. I know the second one's fine, the first one I'm just wondering. I think what happens is it does catch up at some point during this sequence here. So just have to get out of there in time. Alright, this is such a big risk here. Like, this whole run here is ridiculous. So, I don't know what to say other than just good luck to me. Maybe. Can you parry the boars in this? You cannot. As far as I am aware. And if you can, then please send me a clip so I can learn how to do that. Just never heard or seen of that before. Like DS1 or 2 more? It depends on what for. Like overall, at the end of the day, probably 1. Just because I value the first playthrough and the atmosphere and soundtrack and all the other stuff more. But multiplayer always DS2. All right, let's see if we can do this. Should still be able to do the setup. I'm trying to think of like the fall damage because I'm not sure what it actually is, so we'll have to heal first. We don't have the ring to screw up our setup here anyways. Oh, I do have this ring to save us though if we need to do it twice. I think that best case scenario we still get it. Or sorry, maybe not best, but average case scenario. We get the skip after multiple tries, take more damage, stall, so we lose more health during it, and then we still don't get to Seath in time, so we have to use humanities early, so we might have to do this again. It's pretty likely at this point, just with the time for the rest of the stuff. Let's try to get Arrow Dude out of the way. The old Duke Skip. Good old Duke Skip. I'm just over here playing some Dark Souls. Yeah, you gotta love that Duke Skip, don't you? Beautiful. Every single time. That makes it sound a lot more historic. There you go. Just pretend like you've seen it before and you're really old. Easy nostalgia. Rolling some barrels. That's funny, man. Rolling some barrels. Back in my day, we didn't have Duke Skip. You see that when I was playing this game, there was no Duke Skip. We just played it regularly. That is all. I think Duke Skip actually is one of the oldest skips in the game in general. I'm pretty sure it was found in like... I'm pretty sure it was found before I even knew about Twitch, so... It was already around before I knew about it existing by quite some time. I think I caught up to it like a year after it came out, so it was pretty early, I think. The question is, who was speedrunning this before Twitch was big? I never witnessed that, so you'd have to have been a part of JTV. Or just like the first year of Twitch in general, I think. Because the guy that I watched in 2014 speedrun had been doing it since the beginning of the game. And then he quit before the end of 2014, so... Yeah, and he was pretty good at it, so... It was cool. I feared the clams on Seath. This might be a problem. I'm gonna just put this ring on in case, so they stay at the gate. Oh, they didn't. Alright, Seath, finish him. Maybe not finish him then. Finish him here? Not even? Seath is not being a good Mortal Kombat fatality broker, man. This is really annoying. There's another one too. Oh, yo, I need the humanities. I think the sounds that Seath makes are my favorite sound effects in the game. Reminds me of being underwater and trying to say something while you're also from the Goonies and you have a pillow strapped to your face. And you happen to also be a dragon. It's just like the perfect combination.
What on earth did I just stumble into this run lol?
Maybe a little bit of dinosaur in the back, like sampling some dinosaur sounds too. Underwater dinosaur, Goonie man. Okay, no bonfire, don't hit it. Bad. And then Beta Chaos straight from Firelink should be pretty simple if we have enough to offer. So 24 plus the 3, that's 6 humanities. That's perfect. There we go. G-Man, thanks for the 3 months, dude. Sounds like Go. Oh yeah, the... Are you talking about the giant? DLC giant. Fun fact, they're all the same person. Sounds like more like Dukes of Hazzard. I haven't actually seen that movie for a long time. And when I did, I didn't pay attention enough. It was on TV, I think. Some guy sent the link of someone parrying the tusk. Oh, okay, wait, can we, can you send it to me like in a direct message? Sorry, I just wouldn't be able to catch it in time. Okay, we need the Estus back. What are we doing? Not good. Actually, Ring of Fog is not good either. Old history and voice is more like Southern Hick. Well, I wasn't saying I wasn't saying that it was history. I was saying that, like, to make anything sound historic, just pretend that the person that is talking about it is aged enough to have seen it in the past, and that they've seen some shit, and that's basically nostalgia. I was making a joke. I wasn't being serious at all, but I appreciate your accuracy with the accent. Nothing I said actually was serious, but we're taking it there. we're going there. Send to DM. Thanks, man. No FFC. I should have FFC. Yeah, thanks for showing me the Tusk thing too, because I literally have been asked that question before in the past, and we talked about it even. I had never seen anybody produce any kind of clip or see anything anywhere about that though, so wasn't sure, man. That's makes me wonder, like, if there's anything like basic enemy wise that we don't really know about when it comes to that, because I can't say it'd be worth even just spending the time to try and figure out if it's not going to help you too much or if it's not going to solve a situation. Nothing was serious in my old days. Kids weren't acting that way. Everything serious? Was everything made of cereal? Was that what it was? Thought you were trying to do the Antique Roadshow historian voice. Oh, I've never even seen that before. I thought that was actually like a meme. Antique Roadshow. Is that a real, like, is that like an American show? I know they have like similar things. I don't know if I've seen one that's called that here though. I don't know. Maybe they do have it. I have no clue, man. Does it air internationally if you like buy a certain package, or is it just like in the US? Of course, American, true. I'm pretty sure that's in it's in a movie I've seen before. That's how I figured out what it was. DS Taco Bell burrito controller. That sounds like it'd be a pretty good partnership with Taco Bell. I don't like their food though, so it would be completely apparent that I don't like their food, and I would have to mention that. If they were okay with me saying that, then yeah, I'm game, dude. That'd be awesome. Or we could make our own burrito, and then I could sell it as a product. I don't know. Good segue into the burrito hustle. I hate their food, but it makes a good controller. That's exactly why they would have more business, because it's like, well, how many people don't like Taco Bell? There's a significant percent that don't like a lot of things, so we can say there's a pool of people that are in that category, and then we can say, well, do you want a better controller? Get a Taco Bell burrito controller, so you don't even have to eat the food, but it still makes sense. There you go. Grandma's boy? Yes, yeah, when his grandma is just basically... I think she drinks the tea that has the weed in it, and then they all just watch Antique Roadshow for like 5 hours or something. It's crazy. Do I prefer Chipotle? I've never had it before. I probably would if I could eat it, because I have a rough idea of the quality of the food, but to my understanding, it would be higher quality than Taco Bell, so no matter what. Can't imagine it being worse. So I don't know, yeah. As long as they don't give me food poisoning, I'm good. Oh, we didn't offer the humanities. Oof. I just realized that. I think we could get back up here, but it's not super likely at this point, so better thing to do would just be playing out the whole thing. So I'm just gonna go for it. Dead anyways, there you go. Okay, that solves the problem. Nice. Thankfully, we didn't have any consumed. That's really good. Because I was going to have to homeward bone from the door anyways, so there you go. That solves it. Stray Demon, or Fire Sage just deciding the course of action. Let me think of where we're going, though. Oh no, we're going this way. Humanities heal anyways. Yeah, but we don't really want to use them. We need to offer them to the Covenant, right? Which we did not. Okay. because the first time we went through there, we didn't really need the Covenant, and then I went through there again when we did. We were too busy not remembering that we were getting the shortcut. Which is pretty much part of any percent anyways, so. I think I just secretly wanted to do Centipede Demon, I just miss it. That's the truth. In terms of the guy that hooked up the bananas, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't, well, the thing is, like, I don't really think that you can do that without having knowledge of alternative controller solution construction. So I mean, you'd have to actually be able to build the circuits, the board, and the inputs and everything. So I can't do that. I can modify or take apart ones that are existing. I cannot build a custom board with a banana or like a food item. So you'd have to have someone that has experience with that, can figure it out. I can play with one for sure. I couldn't build it though, and I don't have interest in learning that unless someone wants to take the time to show me that actually knows how to do it. So I'll probably leave that to the people that specialize with that kind of stuff and cheer them on. Very specialized food item that just, oh, if it obviously worked, then it works, right? I'm talking about something that you have to build the controller, and it's like only like, you know, a fraction of people in general know how to do that because they're required to for their job or whatever. I mean, I noticed the common case between everyone doing that stuff, that their regular career basically taught them how to do that. So it's like they have the experience from their regular job, just carries over into what they do in this. So it's like not like an average person just knows how to make a controller out of bananas. Like, definitely not. It's very, very specific. But I would hope that once you know how to do it once with something, that you could do it for other things. So I'd be willing to learn. I just don't know anybody that will take the time to teach me. I don't want to ask anyone to take the time. If they volunteered it, I would definitely take the opportunity, but could imagine someone having the time to actually teach someone to do that does that stuff. And I know 2 people that do it, and they're the 2 people that you guys mentioned already, so. Or one of the 2 people that were mentioned, at least. The bananas one was the other guy. It's come from the Overwatch. Yeah, so that's, you're thinking of Rootism, I'm pretty sure. And then Yoshi is the one that did bananas on DS3. Rootism did Teacups, Nerf Gun, Rocking Horse, DDR Pad, etc. Something with beans even, I think. I don't even know. There's some weird stuff. And Yoshi just did bananas. How would I rank these games? Bloodborne, DS3, DS1, DS2, Demon Souls. Can you remember Herb Live before Duke Skip? I don't know who that is. Was that like before Twitch was a thing, or in the beginning? Because I think this game came out the first year Twitch was a website, right? Or did they already take off in like 2010? I think it was 2011 for Twitch, right? Like JTV was finally converted by 2011 or so. Sekiro's not a Souls game in my opinion, but I'll just put it at the top if we're gonna include it. Fastest way to speedrun mobile data. Sounds like you already did it. JTV ended in 2014. That's not true because the first time I ever saw the website was 2013 and it was Twitch already, so Plus, I was already a streamer in 2014, so it was not the case. I think it was 2011 or 2012. I talked to Lobos about it a while ago. I just forgot because he did it before Twitch, or like right when there was like that transitional period. Come in 2011. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to make sure. I don't know what month, but I'm pretty sure this came out after or within the first year that this was a site. So I don't know who like the first people were that ran it. I just remember watching someone that had done it. He claimed it was from since the beginning, but I watched him in 2014. So I think he'd already been doing it for a couple of years or a few years, something like that. What's going on, Doherty? How are you? June 2011, so that would be... This game was September 2011, I think, or November. It's right before Skyrim, or right around the time. Or was it in the summer? Wait. I remember seeing the advertisements. September 2011. Okay, there we go. Is this demastered? It is, yeah. I have no humanities left, so we have to do this so fast it's unbelievable. I might even die like in the process of trying to do it. So we can't even afford to wait for the Titanite demon. We have to go. There's nothing left to heal with at all other than just the Estus straight up. So like this entire run, that's why I'm telling you guys, you're like, oh, just use humanities. It's like, dude, we literally couldn't afford to. I used one, that's it. The only one that actually was able to be sacrificed, that's it. So 31 total. Very glad I had that suspicion. Oh no, are you kidding me? Alright, well. Going again. Got the door open. How to rank Blood Souls games? I don't know. Not sure, man. I'll let you pick for me. How about that? They're all good. How about that? Even easier. Can you not do the long way in this? I could if I wanted to. It's very possible. Have I played Halo? I have. Halo will be 20 years old in November. Wow. It seems like it's older than that, though. That's actually weird. 20 years old in November. Oh, no, I guess, yeah, 2021, 2001. You're obsessed with your PC and clicky keyboard? Wow, what kind of keyboard did you get? Like, what is the trigger sensitivity or whatever, the switch type? Do you know?
How have you been, my man?
Bud, thanks for the 8 months. Welcome back. Doing pretty good. How are you? Is there a route that would allow for more humanity while not losing time? Maybe. I don't think in terms of humanity you pick up off the ground, but you could grab an extra Firekeeper soul for emergency and then convert it into humanity if we didn't have any left. But then in terms of the ones we heal with, though, it's pretty important. So, I mean, maybe we could use an extra 5. Not that it even matters. At this point in the game, we already are fine. Luckily, we don't even have to worry about that. Element, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? How can you tolerate the graphics of DS after playing DS3? I don't really care about graphics in games. This game could be a bunch of polygons that are all the same color with the contrast of one object being different just so I know what's going on and it'll still be fun. But it helps that it looks decent, I guess. Just doesn't need to look anything particular. How do you think Sharkman and Bloodborne hardest enemy? Hardest like basic enemy? They're probably one of the hardest enemies. I don't know if they'd be the number one though. I think Canehurst Crow is probably the hardest if you can count him as an enemy. Ever do hitless with a slow weapon? Exile Greatsword. And then I've done some other ones. I think I've used Zweihander as well. So Ultra Greatswords. But yeah, I'm pretty sure before before people used Twin Blades normally, Curved Exile Greatsword was the weapon that a lot of people use for like a month or so. Maybe even just a few weeks. Yeah, Razor Huntsman Elite, you believe, with cherry switches? Okay, I see. Nice. I don't know a lot about the whole keyboard accessory thing. I just know that there's different sensitivities of them, so... I think this one's also the same kind of switches, but it's the only keyboard I've had like this, so I'll have to see what the stiff ones are like. Anything to regen health, like rings. In this game, there is a ring you can use, but I don't have it though. Be kind of a pain to get. Plus, it would be a little bit cheesy, I think, in the grand scheme of the run, since like you're countering the natural amount of reduction you want, right? You want 5 points per second. That's a pretty good reduction rate. I think that's like really good middle ground. Anything more would be too fast. Anything less would be too slow. It's right in the middle. Puts a lot of pressure on the longer stretches, but not too much where it's unrealistic. So it's like lessening that would make it too easy, in my opinion. I think this already calls for Deathless anyways, but we're gonna like obviously have to do it a couple more times to be able to get there. And then all content's gonna be even harder, so that's we'll have to see. Sanctus Shield? No, can't get Sanctus on this. So I have to sit at the Lord Vessel for anything other than offering the souls, which is not allowed on this right now. We made the rule of that. And luckily, we don't even need the Sanctus. I think I can do the whole thing with DLC without it. Just have to play really good. Did I spawn with the Helm? No, it's not a modded run, so I have to get it legitimately. That'll be a fun situation to try to explain and then have people freaking out, even though it technically explains that. Disclaimer, read the description in the title. You didn't start with it. You didn't use this on this thing. Stormruler. Actually, the funniest thing, we'll call it Stormruler Syndrome, actually. That's what I think people suffer. All this potential lashing out could be attributed to Stormruler Syndrome, in which people are so disgusted with the lack of consistent use of a single weapon throughout an entire playthrough that claims that they're going to be using that weapon, that they impose the indefinite nature of absolute use upon Yorm and discount the use of Stormruler completely, therefore invalidating everything in their life as their dreams crumble before them that weren't even theirs, that they watched someone else achieve. Such a sad, fragile syndrome to be suffering. If you or a loved one is experiencing Stormruler Syndrome, call Miyazaki and ask for help. Is it hereditary? I think it might be. I hear the more you watch any percent runs, or the more you watch people that do challenging things that try to have fun sometimes, the more you'll be disgusted with the lack of Stormruler or the use of Stormruler, respectively. And you'll start to find more things to be just have complete disdain for. So yeah. It's a wide range. We'll get deeper into the lesson on that, but people gotta do homework. I'll test you guys on the definition soon enough. Oh god. That was such a delayed hitbox, dude. He landed and then I was alive and then I died. Would be worth on this to upgrade an SS to +2? If we're gonna do all bosses, yes, it might be. Because that would mean that we could potentially get 2 FAP rings. If I don't break FAP ring on Nito, yes. If I do, then and we don't get a second one, then it wouldn't matter because we can't heal enough to get much more time out of the health bar because it's almost encompassing most of it. So timing it would be too risky. and the extra would only make use of a bigger health bar, so +1's pretty good. Watching the speedruns mutate your Gen X, so your kid's gonna have Storm Ruler syndrome? Oh no. It's not good. Maybe I would have survived if I was using Storm Ruler. No, the whole thing is you can't use Storm Ruler on anything. Storm Ruler is like a sin. You can't do it. Especially if like you've implied that you're using a different weapon on a thumbnail or in a title. It's a crime. Can't do it. Can't have two things. Any command on the run? Exclamation point run. Didn't know you can get a second Ring of Favor. I think you have to drop Egg Vermifuge to the Crow, which is in the Painted World. So if we did all bosses, we would have to go to the Painted World. There'd be a pretty decent chance of getting that item. And then we just have to drop it. But the problem would be going to it early to be able to set up the character to have more health for the rest of the stuff. That could be dangerous, so... I don't know. Witcher 3? Not a fan of Witcher, really. Watched a bit of it. It was alright. I mean, I was kind of bored watching it sometimes. Sometimes I wasn't. It really depends on what's going on in the game, but it's definitely not really for me, so... Definitely checked it out enough. I watched my one buddy play it. I know he was pretty into it, so when it came out, I remember he got it, and we just checked it out on the or around the release of it or whatever. So I've seen quite a lot of gameplay to form an opinion. I think if you're really into stories, that's one of the better games to get. What is a run someone else is working on that I'm impressed by? Pretty much every single thing that everybody does, I'm impressed by. I have a lot of different standards for other people than myself, so it doesn't apply. So if I say something I do is trash and someone does something like a tenth is good, I still think it's way more exciting than me doing it, just because I know what I'm capable of. And if they're not capable of it because they haven't put the time in, then it's contextually better because of their skill level. That's why I said like everyone here can be better than me in less time, guaranteed. It's just a matter of if you want to. So I think there's people that are yet to be better than, like, you know, maybe where I was after X amount of time of streaming or playing these stuff. So I can see like the potential for that, but even if they're doing things that I've already done that I don't really think are that interesting for me, I still give credit to other people. Everything I say is all in the context of what I do. It has nothing to do with other people. So if I judge something, it's because my skill level, not anyone else's, not general at all. So lots of stuff is impressive. Pretty much anything in general, other than just playing the game normally. Or just if it's a different type of game, speedrunning a lot of different stuff is usually proposing a multitude of you know, curveballs and you know, just like things that are gonna create quite a lot of time and dedication, so it's cool to see that. Yeah, I think Cyberpunk or Witcher will be your story games if you want. I mean, like sci-fi versus like regular fantasy or medieval fantasy. There you go, you got both. I'm doing pretty good, Glorious. How are you doing, man? What's up? That's what I get for trying to drink water with one hand. That was so bad. Coming out with BioShock 4, really? That sounds pretty cool. I did not see that. It's quite a gap after the third one, or the Infinite, sorry. So then how would it be called 4 if... Is Infinite actually supposed to be 3? I thought Infinite was a side story. How do you replenish Estus without a bonfire? You die or you homeward bone. So you basically just don't. You just have to use the ones you have, and that's it. Or you're going back and doing the whole stretch. It's not by the same devs? Don't think it was going to be called BioShock 4. Okay. Where to go from this challenge? Think you've topped it? Oh, this is old, man. This is from like 4 years ago. This wasn't capable of doing it 4 years ago, so now I am. So I'm doing it. You'll notice there's a common theme with a lot of those things. Just a lot of stuff that's not possible to do in the past, and then we just do it now. And then things that I'm thinking of now that are not necessarily likely for me to do yet until I've gotten better over the next maybe year or two, and then maybe I can do it in the future. Or just even just concepts overall with anything. So I don't want to explain that because it's going to like reveal things that we don't need to be talking about. But you will see. Hopefully. Which nickname is better, Radio or Radio Radish? Radio with a 2. Radtio 2IO. Probably the Radish one just because it's easier to read. I heard of Black Myth. Black Myth looks pretty cool. I'll definitely check that out. Or at least look into it and see what happens before it comes out. Alright, now we actually have the time where we could pull the Titanite Demon. It doesn't matter too much. We still want to be kind of quick, but it's like... Just be very careful here. Just don't want the jump. Okay, lightning, please. Come on. There we go. Another one? I'll take one more. That's even fine, too. See, dude, look how delayed that is. That's wild, dude. I didn't even get hit by that. This game's broken, man. That's why we don't even run on the jumps. I tried to. I showed you exactly what happens when you try to do logical things. You gotta have such crazy timing on the... Alright, this is unfortunate. We might not make it. Gonna have to do like a record-setting bet of chaos. We're gonna have to risk it too. I'm gonna have to go YOLO on the middle. It's not enough time for the guaranteed one. Do you like Tool? I do. Yeah, Black Myth looks pretty cool, for sure. This is kind of hard to judge games based on like that much information nowadays, unfortunately, but I have faith that it could turn out to be good as long as they have a good foundation around it as a full game, right? Maybe just outside of what they've shown, they make it really cool to run through and everything. Only with the master run, saw Juno doing it, seemed difficult, but interesting. The all boss, new game to new game, 7 deathless. So I've done that before, but on any percent without the all boss. And then I was thinking of trying it all boss way back in the day. If that's what you're talking about. If that's not the run, then I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, we gotta be very quick here now. So need the bow still, and then we need we only literally have the 2 things. That's perfect. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can't see because of the thing, dude. Are you serious? This is gonna be fucking impossible. I'll try it. No, it didn't even work. I have other fire bombs though, so we can try for a little bit. I just have to be fucking fast. Oh god, the stress levels. I'm thinking something like this would work. Nope. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't even think about that. So we want it like over here. It's still not good. Alright, we're doing it this way. Denied. Only real refill assist when you die, yeah. It's pretty much the only way. So yeah, we have enough fire bombs for that method. I'm gonna have to like play around for a long time to get it though. That's the thing. Or we can go and we can do quit outs with the regular strats. It's one of the other. Waiting, throwing the fire bombs, hoping they'll work seems way less likely anyways. So, do binoculars work? Ooh. They might. Although, wait, let's see what it looks like when you use binoculars. They actually might. Could try that. Scuba, what's up? Could line it up without the helmet, put it on, then line it up so you don't need the crosshair. It's cheating because I can't take it off. That's kind of aside from the point. Everything with the bow we've had to use the thing for, so if we got to do it this way, we got to use the binoculars. Otherwise, it's not legit in my opinion. If I take it off by accident while I'm going through items, then put it back on immediately while I'm standing still, it's different, but... I mean, we still didn't even do that as far as I know in this run. Oh, for learning to do it for the future? Oh, you mean like figure out how to do it and then like reference the rough spot with the chest still? Well, that's kind of what I was trying to do right there. So like I'm pretty deep. Like if I could do it for long enough, I would be able to dial in a way to do it without being able to see. I just need to do it enough. That's the thing. That's not something we can wait around for right now, so... Let's see if the binoculars might... Oh, they can't be used because they're on the slot for the fire bombs. So no, they couldn't. Unless it lets me set up the view so that it centers the screen ahead of time. So yeah, we're just going to be stuck with doing the same thing, pretty much. How heavy's the mimic head? Heavy enough to need Havels. I don't know. 10. Yeah, I think this full run could be done in 2 hours if we actually played good. Use humanity? You could, but we don't have any left. It's all gone. Thank God we got the shortcut at least. I'd be very worried if we didn't. Splat, the title pretty much explains it. Type in !run if you want more. And then if you don't understand that, I'll try, but... that should be enough with the run command and the title. He's on mobile. You can turn on titles on mobile. No mercy, man. Just titles. Killed Patches without buying Divine Blessing. That's alright. I don't think it would have done too much. Like anything we can do on this, we need to be able to do within the amount of fire bombs we have. So the fire bombs can't run out. Or sorry, the healing can't run out before the fire bombs because we only have like 8 or something like that. So we literally only have a couple chances to do it anyways. So and then we're actually kind of screwed. So we're gonna have to figure it out. I think regardless, the one arm's really easy to get anyways. Or easier than the others, so we could try to do it the regular way. Pretty sure you don't need to aggro the Titanite Demon. He will 90% of the time miss you if you just run past him, you do that. I don't have experience doing that, so I can't. Unless I get to the point of doing that. Plus 90% is not good enough, in my opinion. We need a 99.9 or 100 for that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, even if you could do it, if I can't do it, it doesn't mean anything. Because I can't learn how to do it. Or there's no point of spending time learning that while we're in a run where we could just finish it anyways, right? Like, that's not even the problem. It's more of a bit of chaos. True ending for Hollow Knight? I don't know. I've only beaten it once, so I don't know the endings. Oh, the poison's gonna be such a drag on this, damn. I think it might be smarter just going for the legit kill, man. I foresee too many issues the other way. But it would be cool, though. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I want to do it the other way, but we just don't really have the time to keep doing that. We don't have enough of the fire bombs left eventually either. So maybe I go for it. We waste all the fire bombs, doesn't work, then we go to the last ditch effort of straight up clearing it, I guess. Don't have any purple moss? I don't know. Capra foot sounds are fun. I don't think Ring of Fog would matter on Bed of Chaos too much. Probably wouldn't be good on this part at all. Should my Estus level be higher by now? It wouldn't really matter too much. Because we can only fill that much of the health, so if I level it to +2, it might get max health, but I'd have to wait till I was at a really low amount. So on average, when I heal, it goes full anyways, right? Meaning that there's not a huge reason to go to +2 unless my bar is bigger, in which if we had Fap Ring like we did before we broke it, that would make more sense. So if I get a second Fap Ring or I never break it earlier in the run, if we do this again, then I will do that. But the bar doesn't really require it. It'd be kind of like an overkill. And again, just like with the fact that you'd want to be healing before it gets so low to maximize it, if you even could, it would just be such a risk that all that effort means nothing unless you have fat. So I think that if we can be quick enough with trying to use the fire bombs, we can still recover at least to get 1 arm minimum and then die, but I'm not so sure about the full thing regardless, unless we did it right now, and then that's also wasting the chance of being able to do it this way. And that could be fun. Although my equip load's weird though. It's the bow, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 of these. Okay, so if we're actually trying to like look where we normally would be looking, the branch we actually need is like right where the character's head is, roughly. Right about there. That one didn't work though. Okay, last one we can try. Nope. Okay. Oh, we can try this one just for fun. Yeah, it's going behind. Okay. Nice, so we quit out on this one. Then we'll do the other one. The other one's like really sketchy, so I'm not sure if we're even gonna get it right now, but we'll see. Then maybe, just maybe, we make it into the end. I've done it this way quite a few times, but it's just really weird, so. I think the health is enough to do it, theoretically, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to do it without getting hit, so. And my shit's already overburdened. That's not good. See, that's the slam there is what gets me usually, even if I make it pretty far. It's the hard part. Stand below, she won't do anything. It's on the first attempt with no arms broken. It's crazy that like the entire run is like skewed just because of the visibility of the helmet itself. That's actually really funny. Because like that's the only reason that couldn't be done. Like it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be worth even trying to guess either, because the range of possible area you can normally throw within is pretty small. And I was 100% sure I was actually like aiming right in that area. So I don't even know how you would calculate it. Even it's probably gonna just be like it'll probably look different than it actually is even when you're aiming that way, so I don't know. I think maybe I thought it was lined up, but it was like really off somehow, even though, again, like where his head was the same. Not rage quitting on this. I've put like 8 hours into this today. Why would I rage quit on a run that I'm almost finished? Doesn't make any sense. We literally have to do 2 things and we're done. And the second thing we have to do is almost guaranteed to work the first time, so it's like, why would I be concerned with quitting all that effort? That makes no sense. That'd be sad if someone could put that much effort in anything and then quit. That you're actually putting in more work quitting, in my opinion. I'm surprised that that's even like a thing that people were commending. It's weird. It's just a given that it would be done. That's what we were trying to do. Said it's possible, so we're doing it. That's it. Okay, on this part I'm going to be very careful with the poison, so you don't have to worry about that. That makes it a little bit easier to try to get through here. Oblivion, I'll try to as soon as I possibly can. It'll probably be there by tomorrow if we do it today. You know you're getting here pretty late. Wait 1 second. Cannot believe this run's possible. This is currently way over your skill level. I would say that if you'd like practiced it, you probably could do it. I mean, like hopefully with the strats I used on this, you guys can use it as a guideline. I would recommend getting the Sanctus for your version if it's harder for you or whatever, or get the Priestess Ring and Sanctus, and then Maybe allow leveling at the Lord Vessel, but I mean, like, you could do your own version. I think you can make it more fun for you if that's what you find fun. How do you get Mimic Helm? I get it from the first Mimic that you see if you use 7 Lloyd's Talismans. What things are left? We have to do Beta Chaos and Gwyn on this one. Is this New Game Plus? No. Not rage quitting shows what pro you are. I don't think you, like, I don't understand how you would be able to put this much time into something and rage quit it. That's such a waste of time, dude. Like, rage quit early in it before you put the effort in. Don't rage quit at the end. That makes no sense. Unless you literally did it for other people just to, like, make them happy and you're like, okay, we're gonna see if we can do this just as an experiment because it was voted or something like that. That's a bit different. Obviously, this is something I want to do, but even then, I still think that it would be silly when you're at the very end to finish or to rage quit it if you weren't going to go back and do it anyways. So much extra time. Everything involving bonfires is banned, so I can't sit at a bonfire or light one, yeah. How do you do damage drains before sends? You can't. You have to get it as soon as possible. Which will be explained, but people will still not read it, though. Because they never do in their entirety. Only some people do. And then there are some that are revolutionary that actually ask the question or question more than one possibility before even making the conclusion, which is actually really advanced, but you don't always see it, though. J-Mill, thanks for the 37 months, by the way. I hope you enjoy your motes, by the way. Have I played Getting Over It? Yep. It's one of my favorite games. Played it multiple times. Should be a video for it. Is there a command for explanation of this run? Exclamation point run. I played PvP. That's how I made my channel. So I played PvP full-time for a while. And also I guess part-time as well, because I didn't start as a full-time streamer, but I did it for a long time, and then I did it full-time for a bit. Did I rage on Getting Over It? Oh yeah, for sure, man. That is one of the most frustrating games of all time. How do you not get enough healing? So how do you get enough healing? You'll be able to see if you just watch the video. Pay attention and learn. I don't know how... I find oftentimes people are asking questions that you can see if you literally just watch. So I'm assuming you're not watching the video, you're just listening, I guess. I don't know. So many cases. I mean, I'm not trying to say that like that's something that you have time to stick around and watch, but at the same time though, like even paying attention for like the next 30 seconds, it would be a little bit more indication as to how that works. But there is another question, it has nothing to do with this, but there's so many where it's like, yo, like you literally can wait 5 seconds and your question will be answered if you just don't ask the question. That's it. So it's like, I don't know how it's possible to even wonder something that's happening like in front of you without it being that you're not actually looking. Like that's the only way. Or your delay is like ridiculous. I don't know, maybe your insane delay. Vault, what's up, dude? I am Canadian, yeah. Nice. Wow, I'm offended. Assuming can walk. You can play with hands. I can play with hands, yeah. Maybe people should just play your stream to listen. Yeah, I know, the 100% people do, but if you ask a question in chat and it's something that you literally could look and see, It's the same thing as the title thing. It's like you want me to feed you
17
information that
months,
you can
Squilla,
see
happy to
without
have
actually
been
even
here for
thinking of the
near
question.
human runs.
Therefore, the time you spent in the energy typing it was more than you needed to find the answer without even me reading it either. So it's like both parties could have saved like a minute and then also energy, and you'd still know exactly what you want. But maybe it's just, I don't know. Maybe I see. The thing is, when I watch streams, I'm very, very different. I don't do these things, so I don't know how to like even articulate the fact that it's just like common nature for me to not do that. But because there's the other ways of, I guess, again, seeing what's happening. But if it's something obviously you can't see, that's different. But there'll be questions where it's like, what's happening is the question, and it's like, well, you've already had like 14 opportunities to see the answer, and also you're seeing it right now. So I don't know what else to say. Trying again, so the delay with the hand was even greater this time. Great. Might have to use arrows for that part. I don't know. Ugh. You just want the storytelling? Yeah. I don't know. People like communicating with the streamer. Yeah, exactly. But there's a toxicity to that, though. It's actually a very toxic thing. Someone pointed out there's a whole like discussion on this, but when you know something or you know you can easily access it, but you don't do it yourself, even though it's less effort, to get someone else to spend more effort to do it for you because that makes you feel better, that's a very toxic thing. It's extremely inefficient. It actually just creates a lot of problems, in my opinion. And I see it all the time. Like, people will ask streamers to do things for them that where it's like, dude, like, it's on the screen, you can see it. Or it's like just so obvious that it's unbelievable. It's like almost as if you couldn't possibly be telling the truth. You can't be taken seriously. And I know other people like witness this stuff too, but if you cater to it, then you're just an unending machine of reiterating information that's obvious all the time. It's like there's no point of that. Doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. I guess there's the fine line. There's some things that are really worth explaining. There's some things you will literally just see if you watch for like a second or two. Yeah, man. The treacherous adventure of navigating requests, man. Now you feel bad about asking +2 Estus. No, that's actually a good question. That's legitimately a good question. That is not something you're seeing on the screen. Like that could be. I'm talking about like when you literally are witnessing what's happening, and then you're asking, but it already is showing you what's happening. Or you've clearly demonstrated being here for hours and you've seen a lot of stuff, but then you still ask questions about things you've seen like 10 times or whatever. It's like, I have to assume you didn't watch any of it because you had many examples. And I know people don't pay attention to every single second. I'm not expecting that, but even within reason, that's still, I don't know. Cause again, like I've been a consumer of streams. I've never had this problem myself, and I wonder why other people do. And it's like, oh, cause I actually just pay attention to the stuff that's going on, you know? So. Plan on improving the run after you finish, or it was a one and done? We're definitely going to do this multiple times. That bug was scheming there too. But yeah, we don't have too much time left. We got to do this pretty quick. Or I might actually redo it again tomorrow again, because we'll have a heads up of what to expect. Again, not the same as rage quitting, because I am still going to promise the finished product regardless, which we're still doing anyways in the future, but I may, if it takes too much longer, we can't really stand here for another hour or so. Definitely have to cut it off in the next like 15-20 minutes. Easier to play with a controller? It depends on who you are. Neo, I don't care. To be honest, man. I don't care about anything to do with Elden Ring until it's in my hands. In fact, actually, I genuinely don't want to look at it now because people mention it so often, it's just annoying, so I don't even care. I'd rather see it when it's on my screen and I'm streaming it. I have faith they make good games. I just let people do what they do. I let the experts do the shit and they deliver. And if they don't, there was never a promise they would, so it's inevitable, you know? It's always going to be something that's a downside, and just awaiting a potential continuous streak of good things or another potential downside, and then we just move on. That's it. It's as simple as that. People are complicating this whole Elden Ring thing so much that it actually makes me question if it's a condition or not. Again, you might not be one of them. There's a lot of crazy people out there, though, with the whole Elden Ring thing. It's concerning. I feel like you're missing out on life. I don't know. If your brain always has to wonder about things that haven't happened yet. Especially things that aren't even real anyways. PSA, public service announcement time. Okay, now we actually have the armor on and we're getting off of here quickly and not getting hit by the bud. Is Nito dead? He is, yeah. Yeah, I'll sacrifice. It's also just not a real, like, there's no trailer for the game. It's not, they're not ready to release information on it yet. So it's like, if they do tomorrow, they do, that's fine. But when it comes to just the speculation and everything, it's just, there's only so much you can do. If you make content for the YouTube and stuff like that, then speculate, because that's how you're going to make your money off your videos. But if you're just a regular person, who cares about talking about something that's not real? I don't know. I feel like it almost will ruin some of the experience you have when the game's in your hands, because you won't be able to actually get past the part that you've talked about it for a year and a half or 2 years, whatever, leading up to it so often that now your belief of what it is different, you know, like it doesn't meet your requirements because you imagined it too much, you know. And if it does, that's great, but you set yourself up for potential, you know, like just being disappointed. I've done that before personally. That's why I'm saying, like, there's just no point. Wasn't meant that way. Oh yeah, I know. I know that no one means to be. When I bring these things up, I'm not trying to like roast someone that's saying the thing. It's just a general statement, because a lot of people bring up the things, and some of them are in a concerning nature, where it's like, oh, I'm gonna be so sad if Elden Ring doesn't come out, like, you know, in the next like 2 weeks, or it's like, oh, is it gonna come out this year? Please tell me it is. It's like, no, it's not. And if it did, I'd be glad from being wrong, but let's just pretend it's not anyway, so you can just live, you know? Like, don't worry about it. I almost don't want to answer anything. Like, I'm sure there's streamers that have banned Elden Ring as a subject in their chat, so you can't even talk about it, but I'm not even going to answer anything that has to do with it anymore. Just pretend it's not a word, so. Until we have tangible information, then we can use the real information to talk about real stuff. How many times in this run, Crusader? I have no idea, dude. You can go back and count if you want. That'd be actually really nice if someone figured it out. Then we can mention, but I lost count, though. I don't know. I was just more worried about trying to get the full thing done within the stream, which we almost did, so. Don't think we're going to be able to use the bow on Beta Chaos because the requirements aren't met, so I'll have to be careful with that. Also, we don't want this armor if we're not even going fast enough. Lane, thanks, man. It's definitely very doable if you just know what you're doing. There's some parts that are pretty hard. I'd say Beta Chaos regular strats is a little bit annoying. I wouldn't prefer that normally, but if it has to be done, obviously, we'll do it this way. I wish there was an item that decreased your health that didn't have to go on your head, though. That'd be nice, because then we could switch to that. Like, if there's a ring, then for like a temporary amount of time, we could swap it and then still have the 5 points per second. Or I guess, know what I could do? I could dung pie myself and then Beta Chaos and Fire Bombs while I'm toxic, which would be even more health decrease than the helmet. So that should be legal. If I purposely inflict even more of a decrease per second, that should be completely fine. And then I could take it off and then still continue the drain. But I'd have to buy dung pies, which would mean that I'd have to get the Undead Merchant in the sewers. So Capra or Lower Undead Berg would have to be done. So I'd have to do Capra Skip probably. And that is a little sketchy, so not sure how that would work. Unless you can find dung pies somewhere, maybe in Blighttown, I don't know. The drain is more than poison on the helmet? I don't know. Well, I mean, I have to at least get poisoned. I have to get toxic, something that I can inflict while in the fight to take off the helmet. but still have the status effect active, so you can't keep poison for long enough, it runs out. If we're using it from the other area. So yeah, I would have to get dung pies. That's the that would work. That would 100% work. The question is, how much decreases toxicity? Imagine losing a whole Isolith, yeah. Think of the Witch, man. Feels bad. Beta Chaos, man. When it comes to Elden Ring, you think it's about being practical. You hop on the subreddit quite often, enjoy the memes and fan lore, but you know you've seen none of the gameplay and have no It's fine. I mean, like, you guys make your own choices. I can't control what people do, but when you're bringing questions to me that like I just can't answer, I don't know. I mean, I've just repeated it so much that it kind of concerns me, but I guess, yeah, I just obviously let it go. It's not a big deal. It's not my responsibility. I just won't be answering stuff that has to do with that. I'll just probably ignore it because I genuinely don't care until there's tangible information. And I haven't for the entirety of the debut of it in general. There's never been, I've felt exactly the same since the first second of hearing about it. I mean, for me, but it's kind of obvious where it's like, okay, you get an announcement for a game, like you can expect it's going to come out 2 years, 3 years from the announcement, you know, maximum for most AAA games. So with that in my head, it's like I already was ready for that. But some people just, again, they have these like fantasies that are so unrealistic. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Or they have entitlement where developers are automatically these fairy people that can just do things that aren't possible or inhuman, right? In some cases, so nice. There we go. That's a really scary one to look at. And honestly, it's kind of sad because like there's so many developers I know where they'll never, literally no matter what, like they can be perfect and they'll never be appreciated fully ever. It's impossible at this point. We can't actually, I don't think we can achieve appreciation or unified appreciation for any developer in general anymore. If you notice, if you look at the feedback, there's always got to be a problem regardless. You can't make a game and just have people be like, you know what, that's cool, or you know what, that's not for me. It's always just like, this is trash. It's like, then don't play it. You're an idiot. Straight up. It's just such a unnecessary series of events, you know. So, and it wouldn't matter if it wasn't really brought to my attention, like without me actually asking for it. I just sit here and do my thing, and then like people will bring it up. So it continues to resurface that. It's not like I'm trying to get into discussion or anything. But I think that needs to be said, though. It's just like too much. I don't know, just too much shenanigans with the games being released and stuff. Just let's appreciate them for what they are when they come out. And if they're not great, then it's obviously going to be a Cyberpunk situation. Then of course they have to apologize. They legally have to make a statement and then revise the game. And then their investors have to obviously get compensated. And that's just the way it goes. And then we just move on from there. But like before the fact, though, imagine people weren't hyped about it. We would be fine. Well, we'd be exactly the same as we are now, but some people would be way less disappointed, and they would probably have wasted less time because they wouldn't have looked into as much information on it or like, you know, discussed it as much. They could have just done other things, taken it when it came out, exactly when it was available for everyone else, and then been fine. Shibboleth concept. I'm not sure what that means. What does that mean? How bad is the run to Islith? It's not too bad. We're actually we're in the easier part of the run now. I just have to not get slam jammed on this last run up. The hardest part was that left arm. Well, we can still die though, so we have to pay attention still. No Man's Sky overhyped to a game to the point where, well, the thing, like, whenever there's going to be a game coming out now that's overhyped, I literally will just I'll ban the word from being able to be typed in chat, or I'm not going to read it. It's just a blanket statement from now on for the rest of time, because I cannot get into conversation that doesn't go anywhere unless it's going to be, you know, fun or something like that for somebody. At the very least, obviously not everything has to be like super serious, but just like let's at least have a good time then. and not stress about things that aren't real, you know? Because the Elden Ring stuff is just a stressful vibe. It's not good. There's nothing positive about it. Positive would be like, okay, you know what, like FromSoft, like we know you're doing your best. We're not gonna hassle you. We're not gonna make jokes about George R.R. Martin being like useless or something like that. We're gonna let people that are much more capable of making games than I'll ever be do their job, because that's their life's work and they're the only reason you can even play them. And then we'll judge it, you know, in the frame of our preference once it's out, and if it's not for us, we'll leave it, and then we won't complain, and we'll just continue to move on and do other things, and that's it. Instead of making a bigger problem for yourself about it forever. Like, that's just what we don't want, you know? So but yeah, I think there's like so much criticism. It's just way more criticism than anything good anymore. So yeah, I don't know. Or even not even criticism, but just like anxiety. You know, it's like, oh, like I'm uncertain of when it's going to come out. This worries me, like this and that. It's like, but does it coming out change your like life or anything? What if they just decided it wasn't a thing anymore? It was never even real anyway, so you didn't know anything about it. So if the word itself, if it's just a title and then they take it away and it's not real anymore, would you be upset? And it's like, if you are, then that means you created a false reality of what the game is before you played it, because there's nothing on it. So you can't possibly want anything because there's nothing to want. You're just making it up. That's it. Literally, that's the proof. So if you would be upset if someone told you Elden Ring was not going to come out at all, like to the point where it's like bad, you know, bad, beyond just like, oh, that's disappointing, right? It's like, if it impedes you, that's a problem. That's what I'm getting at. And I think that would be a case for a lot of people with. But it wouldn't be for me, and I play these games like a shit ton, and I probably have way more hours than a lot of people here. So it's like, coming from someone that it's your favorite, it's like you gotta let people that are experts do what they do. Give them an easy time, and then, you know, be patient about it, so you can also enjoy your time in the meantime too, and that everybody comes together and can speculate once, or not even speculate, but just kind of review once it's there, or at least speculate once there's tangible trailers that provide enough info to give the speculation life, right? Not a fake soundtrack or like images that aren't real or something like that, you know? It's like, even though that was cool, it was a cool soundtrack, I will say. It's just comes with a lot of stress. It'd be funny if Elden Ring turns out to be a troll. I would laugh so hard. This would be even big. This would be even more important then if that was the case. But the only, like, I mean, this has happened so many times. This isn't even like the first time this happened. It's the point. I've never even gone off on this like too much until now because of that. Because it's just way too many times I've seen this. Many different games. And then complaints, and I get the complaints, and it's like, why? It's like, why do you like it? It's like, well, it's like, what do you think? Or do you think this is bad? Or it's like, I don't care. Complaining is easy. I actually think it's harder than not complaining in most cases. So it takes a lot of energy, man. Why put the effort in? Elden Ring is a 10-minute short Netflix episode. There you go. All right. Can't be dying on this one. Bit of chaos. And that is how you run past the jump without getting hit from nothing. That's a little bit better way to do it. Easy because you don't have to think about being rational and logical. I guess it depends on the subject. I think I just mean, like, let's say you played something that you didn't like a piece of media. Maybe you watched a movie that was bad or whatever, and then it's like, okay, it's bad, move on, you know? But when there is no moving on, there is no next thing, it's just like, well, why? You know, like, wasn't for you, move on. But I think that when we have these platforms to socialize about it, it just creates almost like a responsibility that people take upon themselves to complain. It's like not even, there's no point. It's just, it's like an activity. That's why I'm so genuinely shocked the comments we get are like actually mostly good. It's like, it's unheard of these days. Even other people have told me that before, literally. Like I've had people that don't even like this stuff in my personal life comment because they've read them. They're like, how did you get so lucky with all these people that actually are like decent? It's like, I don't know. But I appreciate it a lot. So when it starts to get out of that bubble of positivity or just like whatever, it's like, well, what's the reason for this, you know? Like, amalgamation, another word for combination. Are we teaching English? Nice. Teaching the big words. Jupiter, I'm doing pretty good. How are you, man? Okay, so now we have to sit out Lord Vessel to offer the soul. So just as a reference for the run, that's the first time I ever had to sit to offer to open this door. So we haven't rested for any other reason. That's the only one we're allowed to do because you have to do it to beat the game. Lord Vessel is not a bonfire typically, but I count it as one in this anyways because you can level at it, you can do other things. So we haven't used it for any of those. And I think probably it'd be worth doing Hornet Ring on this too, right? Only thing I'm kind of concerned about on Gwyn is the Estus, because whenever I use it, it'll make him auto-read it, so then I'm not sure if it'll change what he does. That could make it harder, so if I can kill him in 1 health bar from being full, that would be really nice. Without healing at all, but I'm not 100% sure if I can with this damage. I think, but I'm not sure. So little time for Estus on Gwyn. Well, so there is a situation where I know I can have time for it, but it might make him do something that I don't want him to do, so that's what I'm worried about. Like, I know there will be a time frame that I can create to heal. It's just, from there, will he do what I need him to do after that? Or one of the few things that I would require. What time frame? I mean, you have quite a few seconds when you try to do a de-aggroed wake up where he has to like find you basically, or I guess so you basically just parry him, riposte, go behind him, he has to relocate where you are, and then that gives you quite a bit of time, so I'll show you right here. Yeah, will definitely be good enough. So yeah, de-aggro, here we go, he has to find me, he has to reset his position to medium range, do a medium range attack, then I do that again, then reset it, and then it's just one of 2 possibilities. He can sometimes leak through like a really long range attack, which is kind of glitchy, but we can still deal with it. And otherwise, it's just a bunch of medium range mix-ups. Then you should technically be able to heal doing this, but this would potentially make him do a different attack if we healed, so I don't know if I want to do that. That was already a mistake too. Save.
I've been well considering the pandemic. Hope it's not so bad in your land.
Alright, at least we can go from the kiln pretty quickly. Jupiter, dude, yo, I've been considering the pandemic. Been well considering the pandemic. Hope it's not bad in your land. No, it's not at all, man. Yeah, that's very nice. You did not have to do that. That is way too nice, dude. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, I'm in an area where I'm pretty fortunate. Like, it's nowhere near like some of the places in the world. So I mean, there'd never be a reason to complain as much as you could. But yeah, honestly, well, I guess you can't really complain anyway. It's just something that's inevitable regardless. Like, these things happen. We were warned by history for this, so it's like, and there's even more things on the horizon that we've been warned for before that could happen that has nothing to even do with a pandemic, but could be equally as bad. So hopefully people pay attention. That's the best we can do. Hopefully we learn from it. But thank you so much, man. It's crazy. Could always complain. You could, but then you'd be like half the conversations of small talk that don't lead to anywhere but the same exact starting point that you're at, maybe even worse. And then you don't feel good because there's no point of talking about that. Because it's immediately your nature at that point. It's like, imagine the sky was blue and I told someone the sky was blue 100 times. Like, they probably would realize after a while that I've repeated myself and it's the same thing that's always been, right? So it's kind of the idea. Now, if we were talking about something else, like cumulonimbus clouds or something like that, then okay, we're getting into a deeper facet of the sky. That could lead somewhere to cooler conversation. So maybe we could still take the same subject and go somewhere else with it. Or maybe be constructive with it, I don't know. Okay, let's see if we can actually back off from here. I forgot you can parry you can block and parry on this run. So I have to worry about oh damn it, I forgot that it can't heal and block. I need to focus on this fight. There's a couple things I gotta pay attention to. Oh man. Wasn't it because the ozone's naturally blue? It's not about like why. I'm just saying, imagine someone telling you that it is blue. It's like, you know it's blue. I'm not saying someone asks you why. No one asks why COVID. People are just like, there is COVID, and then it's just a repeat story. In a lot of the cases I've discussed with it, it's just the same, and it's like even different people say the same thing too. So you're having the same conversation. You can even predict it at a certain point. And you know, if you entertain certain ideas in it, it'll continue to go on as long as they possibly want it to go on, and that could be 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it could be forever. And then you might even realize that you've already repeated the same thing within the discussion because it's gone in a circle. So it's like, and then at that point, hopefully one person out of the two realizes that it's the same conversation again, and it stops. But I don't know. Definitely had some of those before. And it doesn't come to a constructive conclusion ever. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah, Malevolent. See, now you're getting into like these revolutionary concepts. This is what I'm talking about. Imagine like if you're just like, how? Or what? Well, what would be a little bit better too, but that's still kind of funny. Oh, that was amazing. That's what I meant by like, sometimes he'll break through and do like a long range, but you can still save it. That was very, very nice though. Almost didn't work. And the quick prediction too, wow, okay. Apparently on fire, weapon at risk. Oh no, it's about to break, dude. The weapon actually did break. All bosses may be kind of scuffed, I don't know. Well, it wouldn't be a complete run without the weapon breaking at the end, so I'll take it. Let's just not lose on this one now. And then we did, yes. Nice. Not good. Definitely not good. I think he just Obi-Wan Kenobi'd you. He did, for sure. Jumped over you. Yeah, it's because he's not supposed to be able to do that attack at that distance, but the game kind of screws up and makes him do it sometimes. And you can't readjust the spacing once he's confirmed it to actually successfully be in proximity for the parry. You have to be pretty much where you are when he goes over your head, so you parry him on the wraparound somehow. Can't explain how the game tracks it, but it does, so. Yeah, everything that looks weird, GS1 jank. There you go. Jankiness. It's a feature, not a mistake. God damn it, dude. I just wanted to heal. Apparently not right there, though. Maybe in the beginning of the fight. Crystal weapons you can't repair. You can't, no. You have to... Well, you can if you upgrade them, sorry. But I don't have upgrades left as far as I know. No, so it's like... 60... Wait, what's the durability? 6 of 20. It's about to break. The damage is already down quite a lot, so... I'm not even sure how the hell we will do this now. He's also resistant to lightning too, so the lightning resin wouldn't matter, I don't think. I could use the regular halberd if I wanted to, just very low damage though. Wonder if there's anything else in the gargoyle halberd maybe? Chunks drop from Black Knights. Oh, they do, you're right, but I can't upgrade without Homeward Boning, which would make me go back to the Lord Vessel, so I'm trapped here because I can't go to Andre, so no way to upgrade it in general anyways. Also, yeah, Tobey Maguire, I wouldn't say it's my favorite Spider-Man. I think they're all pretty good just for different reasons. I think if you took aspects of each character and put them together for all the main movies, it would make the actual character pretty well, but none of them actually fully depict the character from the original story perfectly. It's all just like aspects of them, or they make modifications for, again, cinema or the time frame they release it at, or you know, the kind of other supporting characters they're going to go with, or the spin they're going to put on it, whatever. So but I think you can, there's good things to like about each of them for me, and then there's things to dislike too. Talk with the serpent. Oh yeah, you could. You're right. My bad. I forgot about that part. It's alright, we're just gonna have to parry him a million times. I forgot that would happen again. I need to heal soon. Need to go behind him and heal. Because we can do the heal strat, that's the thing. We literally can just do it the quick way. Unless he does a grab. Yeah, going to Andre, killing this Black Knight, upgrading, etc, etc, etc. I don't know about that. I think what I'll do is I'll kill the Black Knight right now on the way over, and then if we die on this attempt, then we'll get the upgrade. Does healing make him do a certain attack? It's a higher chance of him doing one of two attacks, basically. That's why you just block in case he does the other one, but we can parry the other one too, though, so it's like they're both okay. Favorite weapon from each Souls game? Moonlight Greatsword. Definitely. Alright, there's our chunk. So we will go back to Andre, I guess. Oh no, I need 2 to upgrade now. Damn it. I have to kill him again. Okay, that's fine. Oh. Rip Souls, that doesn't even matter to me. It's actually sad we could do this run in half the time. Even within today, with the amount of practice we have, we could do it in 2 hours. Literally just have to figure out a way to do better chaos better. Am I tired? I'm extremely tired. Time for crab. Oh, if I could summon a crab on this run, that'd be amazing. One of the best things ever. Stick, we were just doing attempts on this. You can't get him to bring you back, can you? Where is he? Oh, I can't because I was the one that brought myself here in the first place. I never... Okay, so we have to go with Framp to here, so at the end if the weapon breaks, we can go back and upgrade it still. That's crazy. So yeah, there's no way to repair it at this point. That was a waste of time. Someone probably mentioned that. Piss, what's going on? How are you doing? Yeah, I wouldn't be if we weren't almost done this. Normally I would not prefer to stream this long. This is pretty bad. You will not see this again for a while. Smart me would have just done this tomorrow, to be honest, but we are not running on smart molecules right now. That was just completely stupid. I don't know how that happened. Doing the run again tomorrow? I'm already gonna be finishing it right now, so I don't need to.
Squill dead, squill dead, squill dead.
Well, thanks for the 8 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. I mean, I will be doing it again in the future. I just don't know if I would go back into this back-to-back tomorrow, because there's other stuff that we want to do. This is kind of just a small thing to fit in between, but it ended up being interesting. Definitely learned some stuff. Black Knight just gave me a kick. I got staggered from some other stuff that was going on, and then it's like perfect timing. He landed on my head. Will I be streaming tomorrow? I should be. Definitely not as long. But yes, I should be, though. If anything changes that, I'll let you guys know. Guava, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your evening, man. Infinite heals in DS2. I wouldn't allow life gems in DS2. That would be a little cheap. If we were going to do this run in that, at least. Imagine the last two didn't kill him there. That would have been so bad. All right, that was no bonfires whatsoever. Health drain from Mimic Head as soon as possible.
A unicorn, yeah.
Any percent, yeah. And I guess no leveling at Lord Vessel as well. Jaffin, thank you so much for the 4 months. Welcome back, dude. I appreciate it. That was a win. I guess to add to it, Gwyn with a broken halberd. That was so
My
weird.
lord, bless thy safe return.
Sorry for saying that.
And Frampt serve
With Fram,
your
didn't know he would pick you.
highness.
Oh no, you don't have to apologize about that. I
We
personally
are
didn't even
here
remember.
to serve your highness.
You don't have to apologize for making somewhat useful suggestions, like when that was actually a good idea. So next time I can use your suggestion if I do the earlier part properly. Does it count as an SL1 run? No, but it is level 4 though, if anyone wants to know. That's the level of the character. Also, disclaimer, again, I was supposed to get the symbol of Avarice as soon as possible. I wasn't supposed to start with this. So this is not a modded run for anyone that's curious. And for anyone that wants to say that in the comments, you can refer to this moment in the timestamp. I don't know. I really love your content all these months. It's been a great as a viewer. I appreciate the content. Love what you do. Jaffin, thanks, man. Sorry for the Elden Ring rants during this. I just needed to say that stuff. It was quite a subject that's been brought up a lot, right? So but I guess we'll see tomorrow if it's a thing or not. If it's not, then hey, you know what? I'm just shrugging my shoulders and continuing to continue things. So yeah. Let's see what our in-game time was. Probably close to what the other clock was. 340. Okay. Not as bad actually. 340. So yeah, I think this can be done in 2 hours to 2.5 hours. But that's just me. And yeah, thank you so much for enjoying the stream, guys. I appreciate it. We're gonna find someone that we can host and surprise. Here's the Twitter if you want to know when to go live. Here's the YouTube if you want to see anything you missed, including this run, which should be there tomorrow. Here's the Instagram as well. And let me see who's live. Who may be live right now? I'm gonna raid Ben Rice. Ben Rice is a really cool streamer. He does a lot of different stuff. He does fitness stuff. He does gaming speedruns. He does music as well. And then sometimes some multiplayer stuff with other people. I think he's playing a game with his friend right now. But he also does soul streams from time to time. But if you want a good variety streamer overall, definitely follow Ben. And if you want good music, he makes some good tunes, some catchy ones. I'll see you guys there and again tomorrow. Let's go.